First thing up on the schedule, the farm chores for a couple of hours. Then after that's done, you move on to taking care of the cows. That's a 90-minute job approximately. Then after a bit of a break, you've got to do your hockey training to be ready to go in the top 10 potentially tonight. That's about 3.5 hours, the skating and the training. Then it's back to the chores. First of all, in the dairy barn, that takes about 2.5 hours. And now tonight, he's able to sit, relax with his family in front of the screen, and be ready. Dave?
Wow, well, they're excited to be seeing what unfolds tonight. We're closing in on the first pick of the 2025 NHL entry draft. NHL dreams about to come true on Sportsnet.
Hello.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Rogers Xfinity. Get on Canada's most reliable internet. Learn more at rogers.com/Xfinity.
Don't let dinner be a dud. Go get that fresh. Get to Subway. Smoky, sweet, and made fresh with Canadian beef. Subway's new bourbon barbecue steak and cheddar. Subway makes it fresh like that.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal, and you deserve something you love. Because it's where big life things happen.
Hey, what's up,
and
everybody?
Little ones, too. This is your car. And sometimes your office. Oh, it's okay. We're good. And you're going big places. Wait, where are you going? At Car Gurus, we get it. With deal ratings and a massive selection of vehicles, we make sure your big deal is the best deal.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the game's on and it feels game-changing, bet your way with Betway.
Let's go.
Balderson has been masterfully
There's some
aging our
trades already
delicious
happening
cheese
that you
with the
guys
same
haven't
time
heard.
and care for over 140 years. So we wondered if anything else from back then had aged as well as us. It turns out that nothing ages as well as Balderson's Canadian craftsmanship.
One more time, step by step.
Place the container under it and unscrew the plug.
Oh, okay. I don't get motor oil off my face.
To get the motor oil off your face, you can simply use dish soap or another cleaner. Is there anything else you want?
You're not down south anymore, Toto?
Tell me everything.
Deal.
Is that Canada?
Yeah. I love it.
Can we get a Go Leafs go in the chat for John Tavares taking a hometown discount on 4 years?
See you there.
Help nourish play with Catelli Protein Plus. The taste they love and 17 grams of protein.
I'm here to save you.
I want to give you the chance you need. A chance to give.
I want to remind you that your life means a lot.
And you can share that life
With those who really need it.
Here we go. One more. One more. Go, go, go.
I'm here to save you. Like you're here to save me.
Bright sunshine day.
Knew that I was bound to accomplish something.
Chad Bennett signs $8 million, 8 years. That's an interesting contract.
There's one true thing about restaurants. You are never alone.
Stream starting
Domino's
real
new
soon.
Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Hockey Central signing season, Tuesday on Sportsnet.
Stay tuned. The draft is starting real soon. We'll be back in a
Tonight,
minute.
the NHL entry draft lands in Los Angeles for the first time in 15 years. The Peacock Theater, usually reserved for the likes of the Emmys, the BET Awards, as well as the American Music Awards. Well, tonight, all eyes in the NHL world on the City of Angels. Lots of talent about to find their NHL homes. The NHL entry draft on Sportsnet starts now.
The following is a presentation of the National Hockey League on Sportsnet.
This will be my first time in LA. I'm excited. You know, it's a pretty special place for the draft to be.
Most emotional will be my mom, probably crying a bit.
All the hard work you put in starting to come true.
Definitely some tears because I wish my mom could be there. I'm Matthew Schaefer.
I'm James Higgins. I'm Michael Musa.
And this is the NHL Draft on Sportsnet.
What a way to start the long weekend. Nothing better than this, the NHL Entry Draft 2025 from the beautiful city of Los Angeles. We are downtown in LA live at the Peacock Theater. Great to have you along. David Amber, Sam Cosentino, Jason Bukala, and Colby Armstrong. Lots of analysis you'll hear from these gentlemen in just a matter of moments, but it's a different look, a different feel to this draft with much more on that. How about our resident insider, Elliot Friedman? Elliot.
Dave, different style of draft means different layout. Let's take everybody through what they're going to see.
Everybody?
This is NHL Central Registry over here. Before a trade can be approved, it must come through here. Back behind the set, that's the commissioner's green room. He'll be back there. We've heard a lot from him today. You'll hear a lot from him tonight. You don't need to hear more from him now. Meanwhile, this is the trade podium. There are two duties that the commissioner has when he comes here. Number one will be to announce a trade. Number two will be to put the next team on the clock. So you'll want to pay attention when the commissioner's at the podium. Now, if he's not going to the podium, he's going to be announcing draft picks, and he will be doing that right from here in the middle of the stage. Now, as you know, some of these teams have celebrity pickers. So those celebrity selectors, if they're here in person, they'll come to the middle of the stage. If they're doing it remotely, like, for example, Nikki Glazer for the St. Louis Blues, they'll be doing it from the screen. After a player comes on stage, gets the picture, gets the handshake, they will be going through a secret door. This door goes to NHL Draft House. And we'd like to welcome Stormy Bonatoni, who will be helping us out at NHL Draft House. 35 days ago, Matthew Darche became the general manager of the New York Islanders. He will be making the #1 pick in tonight's draft, and you will see him here welcoming the newest Islander after the selection. Afterwards, the player will go through here, and they will meet the newest member of the NHL on Sportsnet, Dartmouth hockey sensation Ailish Forfar, who joins our coverage tonight. She will be handling the interviews with the players. Dave?
All right, Elliot, great stuff there. And if remember, when news breaks, and it will, Elliot will be there to put it together, Ailish to interview the players. A lot coming up, comprehensive coverage coming your way. Let's start with you, Jason, though. The expectations as we head into this draft.
Yeah, first of all,
It's all about the kids. This is their day, absolutely. I don't want to take any of the focus or attention away from them, but as an executive, I have to tell you guys, there's a lot of moving parts on the horizon that affect your strategy going forward. You got a new CBA, the salary cap's going up. You still only have 50 contracts to work with. The time, the clock for major junior kids is going to be the same as NCAA athletes, so you're going to have 4 years to sign them. All of these things that are going on behind the scenes has a big trickle-down effect on how you strategize your draft floor and how much depth you want to add to the organization at the right time. So from my perspective, it's a little bit different when I come to the table today as a team.
You know, what I think is all the kids are going to have to be on the edge of their seats. Why? Because there's so much uncertainty. I think we're pretty certain that Matthew Schaefer is going to go first overall, guys. But the rest of it, I think it could go anywhere. And so if you're sitting there, I think you're one of the kids, you've been reading all the stuff your parents, your buddies have. But you know what? There's not a lot of certainty here. So you're at the edge of their seat. Are they going to call me right now? What's going to happen? Who's on the phone? What's ringing? What's going on? So I'm interested to see that. And I think that's a pretty cool element to all of this, especially this draft here, not knowing exactly what's going to happen after Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, and hey, and you're still here. Like, this brings me back. Like, I got a better suit now than when I got drafted, no question. Absolutely, looking pretty good. But I have to say, like, this is an awesome experience. This is an amazing experience for these kids, for these families. It's the NHL. Look, it's the best league in the world, and this is where these players come. All the hard work, all the interviews, the combine, all the talk and speculation, yes, but you're here with your friends and family, your support groups. It's the best moment for these guys on their way to getting to the NHL.
Colby, what was the messaging from your family? You didn't know where you were going to go, but what are some of the parents and families telling the kids right now, right before this all starts?
I imagine it's like, we're proud of you, enjoy it. And a lot of guys have the understanding, to your guys' points, of where they rank and where they're sitting. So they have a general understanding. Anything can happen, of course, but these are the moments you've been waiting for a while, playing this game, and they're all young men, yes, but this is a major step for them.
Very quickly, what could be the biggest surprise, Jason, Sam, that we might see in the next few hours?
Montreal Canadiens have already made the big deal there with the New York Islanders. Curious to see what the Islanders do with those 2 picks, if they look to trade up and possibly add another player, maybe James Hagens, to the mix.
Let's go.
Looking at Desnoyers, looking at Martin, and looking at Roger McQueen. Those 3 guys, I think, can shake up the entire first round.
Lots of Canadian content. We had 19 Canadians picked in the first round last year. They expect that number to be even higher tonight. Here we are. Let's get going. The 2025 NHL entry draft. The commissioner, Gary Bettman.
Good old Gary.
Hello, Los Angeles. I love the Southern California vibe. Hey, welcome to the 2025 Upper Deck NHL Draft. Tonight is the night on which lifelong dreams come true. It's also the night on which the building blocks for Stanley Cup champions are put into place. To all of the fans watching us over the next 2 days on ESPN and the NHL Network in the United States, and on Sportsnet and TVR in Canada, the NHL thanks you for being the best in sports. And thanks to the thousands of fans attending watch parties in our 32 markets, we love your passion for our teams, and I love the passion here today. Special thanks to the City of Los Angeles and the Los Angeles Kings. Fantastic hosts. Thank you.
Go Leafs, go.
Now,
go Leafs, go.
We have a lot of work to do,
go.
so give me a couple more minutes. Much has been written and said about the changes in our draft format this year. It's been called the decentralized draft. Let me give you a little glimpse of what is about to transpire. There are the feeds of all 32 teams' draft rooms around North America. It will feel like they are with us tonight. Actually, they are, albeit virtually. As important, close to 100 prospects whose names will be called tonight and tomorrow are here with us in this spectacular Peacock Theater. Actually, if you're a draft-eligible player in attendance, I ask you to stand right now. Gentlemen, congratulations. Congratulations on getting to this point. Enjoy the moment. And when your name is called, remember, your parents, siblings, other family members, coaches, teachers, and teammates have supported you at every step along your hockey journey. Please be seated. In addition, we will make sure that moments after each player is selected tonight, he will be connected by the marvels of technology with his new team and fans. We'll do that by visiting what we call the NHL Draft House. So while we're on the subject, we're going to take a visit of our own. With us is Matthew Darsh, General Manager of the New York Islanders, and his colleagues. Matthew, this is your first draft as a general manager. How do you feel?
Well, I don't think it could have gone any better by winning the lottery, so we'll thank Ken Morrow for that, who was there at the lottery. And our UBS Arena here is packed with fans at our watch parties, so we're excited to get going.
Any extra pressure because you have the #1 pick?
I know we're going to get an outstanding young man and an outstanding player, so we're very excited.
That's great. Good luck to you and all of your colleagues around the league. So, here we go. The first selection in the 2025 Upper Deck NHL Draft belongs to the New York Islanders. Islanders, you're on the clock.
All right, there is Commissioner Gary Bettman outlining how the night's going to look and feel here at the Peacock Theater. The Islanders, one of 8 teams with multiple picks. And you talk about Matthew Darsh, talk about walking into the penthouse. He was only hired 36 days ago. The Islanders, gentlemen, had a 3% chance of winning the draft lottery. They move up from 10th all the way to 1st, and now they're about to make history for this Islanders team. They do have a history of having the #1 overall pick. We all remember back in 1972, Billy Harris, the first time the Islanders selected 1st overall. The following year, they pick up a Hall of Famer in Dennis Potvin with all those Stanley Cups with the Islanders. Rick DiPietro, a goaltender taken in 2000. And then it was 2009, John Tavares, who signed an extension with the Maple Leafs. He was the #1 overall pick here with the Islanders. So another name will be added to that, and all signs point to Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it, especially when you move off a young defenseman, 25 years old, 388 games played in Noah Dobson. Now, one's a right shot in Dobson. Matthew Schaefer is a left shot. But when you look at the character, you look at the person, and then, of course, you look at the play, even though the number of games are limited, less than 100 games played over the last 2 years, that's okay. When you've watched him play, I think you're convinced that he is the guy.
A game, B game, fellas. When you're at the top of the draft class like this, it's a hard league, right, Cole? Like, it's a hard league. Not only is this kid going to push the play and do dynamic things offensively, he kills plays defensively. And you saw the feature before we went to air. The character, you can't make that kind of stuff up. If this kid was flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, he'd be the best builder of a hamburger in the world. Like, anything he touches is going to be goal.
And I love it. What an intro by Gary Bettman also. Wow.
And speaking of Commissioner Gary Bettman, he's ready to make the first selection in the 2025 NHL entry draft. To the Commissioner.
With the first overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the New York Islanders are proud to select from the Erie Otters, Matthew Schaefer.
No-brainer.
What an awesome moment, guys.
Absolute no-brainer.
And there it is, the emotion in the Schaefer family as they think about the late Jennifer Schaefer. Beautiful moment there, embrace with his father, with his brother. 25 friends and family are here with the Schaefer family. The grandparents, Al and Helen Melisek, they are back in Sault Ste. Marie watching this, and I'm sure there's tears in their eyes as well for Matthew Schaefer, the newest member of the New York Islanders, the first Erie Otter picked first overall since 10 years ago. Connor McDavid bestowed with that distinction as well.
You know, David, if you watch the feature and you're seeing that, I'm choked up by it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to YouTube, you can see the full feature. You really want to get an understanding of what this guy is all about, please go and watch that. Jeremy McElhinney, as you mentioned, did such a wonderful job in telling the story. But, you know, I talked to his dad the other night, Todd, and all of the accolades he's got for being able to handle the losses that he's had to endure, he's hoping that tonight is going to refocus things a little bit and allow that to be inspiration for the hockey stuff here moving forward. And this is just a perfect way to do it. All the hugs, his buddies he played with growing up, all the guys he's met here along the way. Like, what an awesome story. And I got to tell you, I'm a little choked up by it.
I've been doing this north of 20 years at the draft. I have never seen a reception like that for a fellow athlete when you're the first. They all want to be the first pick. But what we just saw there was a special moment that speaks to just the respect that all of his brotherhood, if you will, have for Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, a massive moment for the Islanders, too, to get a player like this. Like, run his highlight pack, whatever you want to do. He's glitching guys out with his skating and his footwork and his ability to elude and get up ice. I mean, for Matthew Darche and the Islanders franchise, with the moves they made today with Dobson, and then to go out on first overall and land an electric defenseman like this young man is just massive for that franchise.
First OHL player taken first overall since 2015. CHL. Again, that was Connor McDavid. And look at the tears, look at the emotion. And now Matthew Schaefer is headed into the NHL draft house to connect with his new team.
He'll be up in a second. By the mic.
Thank you, guys. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're good. Thanks, Matty. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Excited to have you here, Matthew. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. It's a great day in the Islander organization. Your parents should be extremely proud of you. I know your mom's proud of you. So we can't wait to see you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, taking a chance on me. Promise I won't disappoint, but especially just want to say to my mom and, all my family and friends, thanks for everything, but especially you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You can see the emotions on your face. What are you feeling right now? What's going through your heart?
Yeah, I think it's just my mom, for sure. I miss her a lot, and I wish she could have been here today.
She's got a front row seat to it right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Matthew Darche, I know you were playing it cool a little bit earlier, but when you found out that you were going to have this pick, how quickly in the process did you realize this talent and this player was the one for the Islanders?
And sometimes they don't even make it to sleep.
Listen, there's a lot of good players here tonight, but having Matthew, the hockey player, is outstanding. The human being is as outstanding as the hockey player. So we're so excited to have him here, and we can't wait to see him tomorrow.
So deserving of this moment. Enjoy it. New York Islanders #1 overall pick, Matthew Schaefer.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that was incredibly emotional. When we talk about it in hockey terms, guys, he says he wants to be like Cale Makar. He wants to be defensively like Chris Tanev. What are the Islanders getting?
Well, they're getting a complete player. DA play driver, as the highlight shows there, right out of the box. And he does a little bit of everything. In the offensive zone, he's got some zig, some zag. He's going to see people across the ice to make plays. He'll drive it on his own off the rush too, Sammy.
The interesting thing about this guy is that when he played in high leverage games, even though he didn't play a lot of them, World Juniors, World Junior pre-tournament games, the CHL USA Challenge game, he was absolutely dynamite, the best player on the ice. He would have been Canada's best player at the World Junior. You don't see that at that age, at that position. The other element is, yes, he hasn't played a ton of games, but hey, He's one of the youngest guys in this draft class. You have guys in this draft class that are much older than him, so he can get caught up on that developmental time.
All right, and let's get to Ailish.
Well, congratulations, Matthew. The moment, a dream come true. How did it feel to hear your name called?
Yeah, lots of tears, as everyone can see. More happy tears than, sad. Just, wish my mom could be here. Know she's here in, spirit, but it's pretty cool. I'm super excited. I mean, I've heard so many great things about, the organization in New York, and, ever since they got the first overall, I've wanted to go to their team, and it's pretty cool, and it's a dream come true, and I'm super thankful that, Matthew Darsh and, the whole New York organization, I'm happy they took a chance on me, and I can't wait, and it won't be disappointing.
No, they definitely won't be. You have a lot of heart, and obviously a lot of people here cheering you on. What did it mean to see everyone stand up, and the hugs just from your fellow players and teammates? Like, it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously, I think the biggest thing for me was, hearing your name called, but obviously your friends, they worked so hard down the road, and to see, so many people get their name called tonight, I can't wait, and I can't wait to give them hugs just like they did to me, and, I want to be there every step of the way just like they were for me.
Well, congratulations, and I know your mom is very proud, and we're really happy to have you here, so thanks so much.
Thank you.
Over to DA.
All right, great moment for Matthew Schaefer. The NHL just got a great player and a fantastic human being. And look at the list he joins, guys, as far as being drafted first overall into the OHL, followed up by first overall into the NHL. It's a star-studded board, and Matthew Schaefer promises to be a star in the National Hockey League. So the Islanders, they're not done. They'll be back with picks 16 and 17 if they don't move those picks, as being speculated. And that means the San Jose Sharks with the number 2 pick. Remember, they finished dead last in the standings the last 2 years. The Sharks with multiple draft picks as well. And they've really bona fide their team into something to look forward to. Mike Greer's done a great job. Macklin Celebrini and Sam Dickinson last year. Will Smith the year before. Eklund as well. What is the expectation? Because, Jason, you said this is when things are going to blow up. So what's going to happen here in 2?
Well, we got to run a centerman here. You got the big rig and Porter Martone, the power winger that is obviously attractive maybe for a guy like Macklin Celebrini, ride shotgun with them. I believe the Sharks are going to go to add another centerman here. It's nice to have Celebrini, but you gotta bulk up that top 6, fellas. Look at the playoffs. The more depth in the middle of the ice, the better off you're going to be. So I'm sitting here waiting on a centerman. Not sure which one it's going to be. That's the thing. Frondel, Hagens, Desnoyers. I mean, the list goes on.
And Michael Misa with 62 goals this year. You're talking about a team that needs offense. I mean, that's an area that you'd have to look at as well. So fascinating elements and options available here for the San Jose Sharks.
I feel like everyone's was different, right? Like this.
Who did you have, Colby? Who did you have second?
I had Misa.
And who did you have second?
I had Frondel second.
And who did you have second?
Desnoyers.
Yeah, we're all different.
I think Mike Greer kept throwing up the smoke screens everywhere.
I'm an expert, of course, but
post-draft beer, we'll see who's right on this.
I had Frondel in my mock, but I had Desnoyers on my own.
No, you can't.
Oh, he's a Desnoyers guy. He's a big Desnoyers guy. There's another guy here, huge Misa guy. I got cornered in the hotel. They're like, this guy's the best in the draft. He's the best.
Shout out to Kenny Hornet. We got to give him some love.
There's certainly no wrong selection, and San Jose needs some scoring help. Dead last in the league in goals. 31st in goals the year before, and they could really have a bona fide up the front presence with Celebrini and one of these centers we're talking about. So we're waiting on Commissioner Bettman, Mike Greer, and his group getting ready to make. Looks like
San Jose's going
made
for
a
lunch.
decision.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, Sharks, you're on the clock. You don't know.
Go for lunch.
That Pacific Division is about to bulk up with what we're seeing with Anaheim, and certainly you already have Vegas and Edmonton and Vancouver, etc. So here comes San Jose. Commissioner Bettman ready with the second pick in just a matter of moments. I mean, we're going to obviously dig in on who they pick, but you're saying here you're leaning towards obviously the center position. That's the key.
Well, the strength of any hockey club is down the middle of the ice. I mean, we've seen it through the Stanley Cup playoffs the last couple of years, and that doesn't change here moving forward. You can talk about size or skill and how those things change, but one thing doesn't. You got to be strong up the middle of the ice.
Yeah, for me personally, when you have Celebrini in the 1 and you're going to bring another guy in the 2, and you're splitting hairs on who that's going to be, we're talking Frondel, Misa, Hagens, these types of players, Desnoyers. When you're looking at how you build out your roster, fellas, I like to have a little bit of a different look coming out of 1 and 2, especially if you're splitting hairs, Army, on your players. So, do you want to have a heavier guy like a Frondel coming out in the 2, or do you want to have a speedster like Misa who's going to shoot the pill off the rush a lot? Which one do you want to have? For me personally, I'm going more like a complete player, like a Desnoyers, like a Frondel. That's the way I lean, and that's no disrespect to the other ones.
Complementary parts, not redundant parts. Now,
but this is what gets the players on the edge of their seat, right? Like, the players know what they are. The players know the kind of, and you start thinking, what do these teams need? What do they want?
That's right.
Where am I? How is my meetings with them? How did it go? Where is this all going right now? So these guys sitting out here, these young fellas, they're all sitting there with their wheels spinning as well. And there's a handful of players in this number 2 position. I think it's going to be Misa. I could be wrong. I'm an idiot. But this is the interesting part of the draft, where we get to, picks like this after the automatic, I guess, first overall Schaefer.
And you've seen firsthand, Colby, you were drafted into Pittsburgh, and they got Crosby and Malkin, the strength up the middle, and we saw that just with the Florida Panthers, the strength they brought up the middle, having Barkov and all those other players behind him. That's how NHL teams that are winning championships are being built.
I can tell you from experience, fellas, that when we drafted Alexander Barkov 2nd overall in the New Jersey draft, like, obviously Schaefer's a defenseman. He's a star attraction there at the top. McKinnon went 1. But when we drafted Barkov, there was a lot of people back then that thought, Seth Jones should have been our guy, for example. But again, to the point I'm trying to make, complete player type of attributes.
All right, well, let's get back to the commissioner, Gary Bettman. The San Jose Sharks are ready to have their pick announced.
Pick is in. Here comes the number 2 pick.
It's time for the 2nd pick in the NHL entry draft. Making the selection for the San Jose Sharks is someone born and raised in San Jose. She's a WWE superstar and 2-time WWE SmackDown champion. I give you Bayley.
Bayley? They brought some WWE talent in.
Hello, Los Angeles hockey fans. It is a huge honor to be here tonight and a huge honor to represent my San Jose Sharks. Hey, you better watch them boos, all right? So without further ado, with the 2nd overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the San Jose Sharks are proud to select from the Saginaw Spirit, Michael Misa!
Wow, Misa! All right, I was wrong.
Michael Misa, the newest member of the San Jose Sharks. Hugs for his mom, Sandra, his dad, Frank, and of course his brother, Luke, drafted last year by the Calgary Flames.
Going to come up for the Florida Panthers.
Wow, what a moment for Michael Misa. And what a run it's been. Exceptional status into the OHL. I've watched him play since he was a little guy. Played with the 2006s despite being a 2007. And now he is 2nd overall pick. He led the CHL in points as far as draft eligible players with 134 points.
The things he did in the OHL and the CHL in general have been unmatched in 25 years. His 62 goals, there's only 2 others that in their draft year in the last 25 years have eclipsed that mark. Connor Bedard, we saw it a couple of years ago. Sidney Crosby before that. In terms of the point totals at 134, you have to go back to 06-07. Patrick Kane, 145 points for the London Knights in his draft year. Next, this guy right here, Michael Misa. So those numbers in and of themselves, simply amazing. A big part of that is the move from left wing to center. First 2 years in Saginaw, hide him a little bit, get some good matchups on the wing, move him over to center where he played his minor hockey, and boom, he took off. Named the youngest captain in Saginaw Spirit franchise history. This is his shining moment.
So when you unlock them by moving him to the middle of the ice, what that does for a kid who's a skater is that you're always in motion. And when you're in motion and you can use the full width of the ice, you get more creative. When you get more creative and you have speed through the neutral zone between the Blue Lines Army, you get off the flank and you're ripping the puck on that way more. And that's why you see the spike in his goals here. This kid, though, when he does have to play the wing a bit at the NHL level, he's capable and he can kill penalties. He can do a lot of different things. So again, I didn't have him here, but it's not because I didn't respect him. This is a heck of a player.
I did. I had him there. I know how I roll, boys. You know how I do it. But
Army's getting the beer.
Kenny Hornick, I mean, this guy was all over it, and he's here at 2nd place our second overall pick right now. And you look at those numbers, like you cannot deny the way that he contributes, the way he produces. You talk about his skating and being able to play up the middle, have the puck more. Yeah. Guys like that, you want the puck in their hands. So, you know, the rich get a little richer with San Jose with another good player.
What a run for Saginaw. Remember, Zane Parekh taken 9th overall last year by Calgary, and here he is 2nd overall. Michael Misa about to meet his new team.
Mike Greer, why don't you say hello to the newest addition to the San Jose Sharks?
Mace, what's up?
How's it going, Mike?
Good. Well, congrats, man.
Thank you very much.
Super happy to have you. Welcome. You know, we went through this process. You had an unbelievable season, and you know, we're really thrilled to add you to our group here with Mac and Will and Eki and the rest of the guys. So, really excited. Our group behind you here. You can see the guys, the scouts, and everyone. There's so much passion in the room for you. So. Really happy, really excited, and maybe we'll get another Sunday in you.
Yeah.
Once you get out here.
No, for sure. I appreciate you guys believing in me, trusting me, and you know, I'm grateful to join your organization. So thank you.
And Mike, you just said it. You already have these young, talented players, Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith. Why is he the next piece to that young core you guys are building in San Jose?
Yeah, I mean, it's just his 200-foot game, the speed he plays with, the passion he plays with, the compete. We just thought it was a perfect fit with what we already have here. Another guy to step in and be a matchup nightmare for people. Plays in all situations and plays fast and makes plays. So we're really excited to add him.
Congratulations
Thank
to you. Enjoy this moment.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And he's an absolute winner. Won the Memorial Cup in 2024 and the most goals since Patrick Kane for an OHL draft-eligible player. What are we getting? Let's see some highlights.
So here he is on the regroup. He obviously hits the middle seam, tape to tape, and he explodes. And this is the thing. At the junior level, he's already separating. He's going to challenge to be an NHL guarding player sooner than later. Creative. That's what I'm talking about right there, guys. If you're working off the half wall from a standstill, you don't get these opportunities. This is at full speed. This is when you attack, give, go, run over a guy going to the net. I love it. Lots to like here.
All right, let's get to Michael Misa with Ailish.
Just watching your highlight tape there. Looks good. You'll be in a San Jose jersey. How do you feel?
I'm super grateful, you know, just for them to, you know, believe in me with that pick. You know, being here with family and friends, it means the world to me.
Okay, so we talked to you at the draft combine, and you wrecked a lot of nets growing up, right? In your house, hockey nets. Look at all these. Yeah. I wonder if maybe you'll be able to get your parents
that one was a fresh one.
That was the fresh one, but we have so many. Look at that.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, over time you just shoot too many pucks, then that kind of break. But yeah, I'm super grateful.
And well, it got you to the NHL, so it was worth it, right?
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, and best of luck. Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll go to DA now.
All right. Thanks so much, Ailish. Michael Misa, boy, exceptional player, exceptional status, and the newest member of the San Jose Sharks. It's now the Chicago Blackhawks who are on the clock. And there's Misa, by the way. 46 multi-point games, most in the CHL. That smile says it all. Such a mature young man, just like Matthew Schaefer. Great addition for Mike Greer in the gang.
Hey, like what Greer just talked about too. Like, we're excited to have you, Celebrini, Smith, Eklund. Like, now this guy. It's like San Jose, like the Shark Tank. It's been a little quiet lately. It started to get a little exciting last year. We saw these guys. You had another guy like this. It's going to be rocking again soon.
Don't forget about Ryan Warsofsky. He won a championship at the World's Men's with the U.S. This guy's a brilliant young coach. He's an up-and-comer, the perfect guy to grow with this group.
What I really like, DA, real quickly, is that this team didn't score a lot, but they were hard out every night. Like, they really work. They compete. It's just going to take time. This is just another layer for that.
There is good things brewing in San Jose, and Sam Dickinson now teammates with Michael Misa. They played against each other, fierce battles in the GTHL just a few years ago. Meanwhile, the Chicago Blackhawks, they're the next pick on the board, 3rd overall pick. They finished 31st in the league this year. Listen, Connor Bedard, the only player on that Blackhawks team in the top 75 in points. They need some offense. Is that fair to say, Sam?
They need some offense. They need a guy who's going to grow and play with Bedard. And how quickly is that going to happen for this pick? Well, only time will tell. But there, again, a number of options there. And maybe that option is a center and you move Bedard back to the wing where he may actually be more effective. So it'll be fascinating to see here. Chicago's had a ton of picks here the last couple of years. They're going to push this thing forward with yet another one here at the 3rd overall.
So from a team building perspective here, they need a glue guy. They need a glue guy in the middle of the ice, in my estimation. They need a guy that they can count on to win faceoffs, play in all situations. Bedard's not great in the faceoff dot. I don't know if he's ever going to be great in the faceoff dot. They need to start adding this if they're splitting hairs on a player.
Kyle Davidson has seen this position many times in the last few years. Their 8th first-round pick in the last 3 years. Here's the commissioner, Gary Bettman, with the pick.
You can raise it a little more. I'm not that sure. Announcing the selection for the Chicago Blackhawks is one of the most iconic players in franchise history, as well as a recent inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame, Jeremy Roenick.
I think got some serious celebrities this year.
What's up, LA? Hello to all my Chicago Blackhawk fans, and a special shout, yeah, I know, go Hawks. And a special shout out to all you who are watching with us back at the official Blackhawks draft party in Chicago. I want to give a thanks to the LA Kings and the city of LA for hosting this incredible event. Also like to give a great shout out to all the firefighters and first responders who've done such heroic work here in LA. You guys are truly all the heroes. As we enter 100 years of Blackhawks hockey and celebrate the franchise's centennial upcoming season, I am honored to be here representing the incredible Blackhawks alumni and welcoming a new player to our storied hockey legacy and heritage. With the 3rd pick of the 2025 NHL Draft, the Chicago Blackhawks select from Djurgården, Anton Frundell.
Another talented center off the board, Dad Henrik. Wanted him actually to get into racket sports. Didn't work. He wanted to be on the ice. His mom, Eva, his sister, Alva. And there he is from Sweden. Just turned 18 in May. Going to be a big piece that could complement Connor Bedard in Chicago.
It's quite the story, because if you go back to the start of the draft year, this guy was a projected top 5. Well, he had knee surgery in September, and then he came back into play, was playing J20, a little bit internationally, couldn't really find his groove as he bounced around a little bit. By the time December came around, he gets with the Allsvenskan team. And then it needed about a month to get comfortable there, and then in 1 month puts up 21 of his 25 points between Jan 7 and March 16th, finishes with those 25 points. As an under-18 player in that league, only one player has performed better, William Nylander, and he's a pretty darn good NHL player with 27 points. Then he goes to the under-18s, wasn't overwhelming there, but Djurgården wins. They get back into the SHL. For a guy who grew up in that organization, that was the biggest thrill in life. So imagine going from that emotional high, then you have to go back and play with the peer group, leave your buddies behind that you just battled with. Maybe that's why he wasn't so good at the under-18s, but a cool story. He's come full circle, 3rd overall pick.
Well, for me here, this is the mature pick that I was kind of trying to describe to you guys there. He's a complete player too. Like, this kid can kill penalties. He can match up against top 6 opponents. I don't think he's going to score as much as the Misas and the Hagens and even the Denoyes. But what he's going to do is he's going to give you that responsible layer, the bumper, if you will.
Unfortunately,
and it's going to be a real good
can't
compliment for the Chicago Blackhawks. Nice pick.
Sounds like a Swedish player to me that can do all of that, and that's why I think a lot of NHL teams love the Swedish. They're NHL ready. They can come in and play at both ends of the rink. I spent a year in Sweden as well, so I've seen the hockey culture firsthand and how they play. And tell you what, to go from Allsvenskan and take that great franchise in Sweden back up to the SHL is a huge deal for those teams in those cities. And for this man, that's almost a heroic move for them in Sweden with their team.
If only you could see the rest of my basement.
We all know how big JR is. He's bigger than JR. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Anton Frundell ready to make a mark in the Windy City.
Yeah, you got to love it. It's a great pick and should add to their deep prospect base.
And he's about to meet his new management team led by Kyle Davidson.
Kyle, Mike, why don't you welcome in your number 3 overall pick?
Anton, Kyle Davidson here.
Yeah,
welcome to Chicago. We've got a really excited room,
doing that.
and we couldn't be more excited to make you a Blackhawk and have you join this really exciting group of young players and prospects that we're building.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for believing in me. I'm shocked. I'm excited. Thank you.
What was the big differentiator for you guys to go ahead and make Anton the selection here?
Well, I think he's just, first of all, he's an incredible player. It was great to get to know him throughout the year and then at the Combine, and he's a great person, but I think he's an excellent complement to what we've got here in Chicago, and I think he's going to really help us in building those next great Blackhawks teams.
What is that like to hear?
For sure, you guys need some talent in Chicago.
Cool.
For sure.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you guys again.
Congratulations. Enjoyed this moment. Your newest member of the Chicago Blackhawks, ladies and gentlemen.
Drop your favorite teams in the chat. Let's see how many different fan bases we got represented.
Matthew Schaefer, smiles and tears. What a pick it was. He goes first overall. Up next, the first ever Utah Mammoth pick will be made in Los Angeles.
First ever Utah Mammoth. Canadians, Canucks.
NHL Shop has the largest selection of authentic NHL fan gear for the playoffs. Shop now and get today's special offer.
Montreal Canadiens, Montreal
Auto
Canadiens.
Trader has the most cars.
I knew they had a lot of cars, but I didn't know they had the most cars.
I'm literally on
Sabres,
every night. You never know when a deal can just like pop up.
Everything is there. You'll always find what you're looking for with Auto Trader. The answer
Planes,
is Auto
nice.
Trader.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Haven't picked yet. He's from Germany. Okay.
And Jamaican beef
okay.
My
well, listen, I'm going to recommend the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's nothing better.
Canadian.
Hockey Central signing season.
St. Louis
Tuesday
Blues. Nice. We're well represented in the chat. Let's go.
All right, Anton Frundell, the latest member.
Love
of
to
the
see all the
Chicago
different
Blackhawks
fan
taking
bases
third
here.
overall. Utah's
Love
on the board.
it.
You see the countdowns on there. What are you guys expecting? I mean, we're going to hear from Anton in a matter of moments. What
He's
are you guys
a Blue
expecting
Jays
though,
fan
from Utah
already.
here?
Love it.
I think we've seen a number of names, and I think people are pretty confident
Blue Jays
that
are going to
there's
be
10
pretty
or
good
12
this year.
names pretty comfortably in that top 10. You might see a deke here and there. You might see a guy a little higher than you expected, but I feel pretty comfortable about those names. Not any huge surprises yet. I mean, Misa and Frundell, we expected them to be in the top four.
I'm gonna cut
we'll
the
see how
sound
it
during
shakes down,
commercials.
but I don't think we're going to be overly surprised by what we see in probably the next 4 or 5 picks.
Yeah, again, we're splitting hairs here, aren't we? They're kind of interchangeable. It's like, what's your taste of the day? What's your favorite ice cream? But here, when we get to
Okay,
Utah,
drop the next
it looks
pick
like
in
they're
the
going to make
draft.
the pick.
Who
Are they going to go to the
Utah
center, or are they going
Mammoths
to go to
gonna
the power
select
winger? For me
with the
personally, you know I have a
overall
bias
pick?
here. Until Kale Donaye comes off the board, I'm going to keep pumping his tires.
You love him.
I love this kid.
This is your guy.
I love this guy. I love him as a player. I love him as a person. I mean, this guy's awesome. So
Don't sleep on what Book says. Last year, you were playing up Demidov, and we saw glimpses of how great he's going to be, and now you're saying Desnoyers is the guy that should be getting his name called.
Yeah,
I had him at
it's
2.
going to be
He's the
Caleb
best player. He's a
Desnoyers.
complete player. He's going to do a bit of everything. He's going to be 6'2", 210. I don't want to talk about him too much because he hasn't come off the board yet, but I definitely have a shine on for him.
Yeah, and it's like Martone, some of these big body guys that can play that style. Look at their
I
team,
think
right?
Philly's
I
pick
think
is
of
either going to be
them
Martone or
moving
Brady
there, the
Martin.
excitement, the new ownership, the opportunity, like, hey, let's take some swings here, let's go for it. And, you know, we were talking yesterday about what their identity kind of is, like that big body vibe, that big body feel for Utah. So it makes sense that one of those two guys, and I love if it's Desnoyers.
I'm a little shocked they're taking the pick, actually. I thought they were going to move it.
Well, here it is, the first ever pick of the Utah Mammoth. They moved up 10 spots in the draft lottery, just
3.
like the New York Islanders. Let's hear from the
pick is
commissioner,
in.
Gary Bettman, again.
There's a bit of a pun in this, so bear with me. Staying on course, the next pick is for the Utah Mammoth. Joining us from Utah is one of the PGA Tour's longest hitters and most decorated athletes. Salt Lake City native, Tony Finau.
Tony Finau.
Thank you, guys. Tony Finau here, coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. Super stoked to be here to make this pick on behalf of Utah and the Utah Mammoth. Being a Utah native myself, having an NHL team in Utah has been absolutely incredible. Our inaugural season, I thought, was incredible. It was great, and I'm so looking forward to seeing the team grow with this incredible player. Now, I got to be honest with you guys. When we changed the name to Mammoth, I'm like thinking to myself, what kind of noise does a mammoth make? Well, I don't know what type of noise a mammoth makes, but I know what type of noise we make right here in Utah. Can I get a One more time for those in the back.
What the hell is
With the
that?
4th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Utah Mammoth are proud to select from the Moncton Wildcats, Caleb Deone.
There you go, Boots.
Love him.
Oak it in, Books.
Love it. Yeah.
Father David, of course, played in the Q and CIS.
I knew
His
this
mother
pick was gonna be
Martine,
Caleb
brother Elliot,
Desnoyers.
a 2020 5th-round pick from Philadelphia. There's a lot of Desnoyers family around us. You can hear them and see them where we're sitting from. And I've spent some time with him in the gym at our hotel, and what a
So
fine
far,
young
the
man. He's
top
putting
four
in the
has
work
been
even now.
exactly
so
like
mature,
everybody said it was going to go.
and really has high expectations heading to
Number
Utah now.
5.
David, check this out. Bill Armstrong, the general manager, Arizona before that, now Utah. They've made 33 picks in the last 3 years, okay?
Porter
13
Martin.
of 33 of those picks are 6'4"
Nashville
or taller. There's only one that checks in under 6 feet. That's Logan Cooley. So, Boots, you've talked about a draft profile for a particular team. Desnoyers fits
They should have
the bill.
took Tony Finau. He's 6'4" too.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, all joking aside about my shine on for this guy, he earned it, guys. He really did. I think he's a complete player. He's got exceptional offensive instincts. He can work off the half wall. He sees the full width of the ice. He makes people better around him. Why? Because he attracts checks. Like when he's got the puck on his stick, people are coming to him because he's beating the first guy. He's going to make a play around him to get to the second guy.
And Colby, how important is this? Look at the pedigree. 1 goal at the under 17s, 1 goal at the under 18s, 1 goal at the Hlinka Gretzky. You know, you had a pretty good resume yourself heading into the draft. How important was that to the executive group?
The bigger you are, the harder you are to knock off the puck.
I'll say that was super important.
Everybody loves
and it
puck
was big
possession.
for me to be a winner and come into the draft as a winner. So for him to have the accolades and to have that with him and the MVP of his league and be the player he is, carry himself like he does, slick little smile with that sweet suit as well. He's going to be bringing a lot of swagger as well to Utah. I mean, all that stuff is super important.
Nobody
So
knows
very
what that
impressive
yodel
pick
is.
here
You
by
got to be
Utah.
from Salt
Books,
Lake.
remember the interview? He walks into the room. Hey, why should an NHL team pick you? I win. Drop the mic. See you later. I'm out of here. And he's right. That's what he does, and he's going to help Utah do the same thing.
And hats off to the Q as well. They didn't have a first-round pick in the last 2 drafts. Things are heating up. I don't imagine that's the last name we're going to hear from the Q getting selected tonight. But Caleb Desnoyers about to meet his management team. You mentioned Bill Armstrong. And boy, they're ready. They have so many assets in place. They're ready to get back to the postseason.
Getting ready to learn how to yodel.
Alive. Here he is.
How you doing, guys?
Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, we're awesome. Hey, so happy to get you. It's unbelievable.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Said it's unbelievable. How excited are you to be here in this moment?
So excited. Can't wait to get things started. Thanks a lot for your trust and belief.
Yeah, you've been our guy since the moment we jumped into 4. We can't tell you how impressed we were watching you down the stretch, driving your team into the championship. It's been impressive to get to know you and your family, and we're so excited. It's an incredible opportunity for us to pick at 4, and even a more incredible opportunity to get you in our selection.
Thanks a lot. Can't wait to be in Utah.
Bill, not too long ago, you said that having this number 4 overall pick would be a game changer for your organization. How do you anticipate him changing the game for you guys?
Well, we do believe he's a game changer. It's he can do everything. He's a two-way center that can provide offense, and he can play defense. And just watching him down the stretch, he put his team on his back as a 17-year-old, and he led him down the road to a championship and coming out of the Quebec League. And it's hard to get centermen. He's one of the good ones, and we're really looking forward to him coming into Utah.
What's that like to hear?
Oh, it's incredible, especially coming from a great organization like Utah. Can't wait to be there.
We'll soak this in. Enjoy every moment. Congratulations, everybody. Caleb Desnoyers.
Thank you.
Yodel.
So there it is.
Yodel, man.
Back-to-back centers taken off the board. Books, your guy. What do you love about him?
Well, there's no holes in his game. Well, 62% in the face-off dot. NHL coaches, they want to start with the puck in all 3 zones. He's really good at that. Here he's going to work off the half wall. This is what I'm talking about, vision. You think he's going to shoot it? Not so fast. Backdoor feed. Whole length of the ice here. He's a dog on the back check. Active stick. I don't know, fellas. Like, this is how you build NHL franchises. Utah are on the cusp of being a playoff team. This is a kid that's going to take them deep into playoffs when they arrive.
You had some wrist injuries, still put up 30 points in the playoffs to get the Guy Lafleur MVP trophy there.
Caleb with Ailish.
All right, Caleb, we talked to you at the Combine. I said, why should a team draft you? You said, because I win. So Utah's getting a winner.
Yeah, it's a great organization. Just can't wait to be there, honestly. I heard a lot of great stuff about them, so it's going to be exciting.
Okay, so did you see Tony Finau doing the Utah call? Do you think you can do that?
No, I don't remember.
Give it a try.
Honestly, don't remember it right now.
You can start your own new one.
What is it? Do it.
Come on, Ailish. You're going to make the kid yodel.
We got to get Tony Finau on the line to do it, but best of luck and congratulations again.
Thank you.
It looks good. It matches the suit, too.
Best suit. Glorious.
There you go. We'll hand it over to DA again.
All right, thanks, Ailish. Yes, the first ever pick for the Utah Mammoth, and he joins T.J. Ginla, who they took 6th overall last year. They're building something special in Utah as we await Nashville, about to make the 5th selection.
I just want to wrap up on Desnoyers. Like, what kind of competitor is this guy? As a young guy, his older brother Elliot say, you know, they're playing road hockey.
You're welcome for the stream, man.
Oh yeah, I'm the Montreal Canadiens. And
Boobies.
Caleb was having none of that. You know who I'm going to be? Milan Lucic of the Boston Bruins. So take that, Elliot. That's the type of competitor he has. He's had that since he's been a young boy, and that's something that all NHL teams talk about. Absolutely loving this guy and everything he can do on the ice.
Taking another look at some of the awesomeness from Caleb Desnoyers, one of my favorite players in the draft class. He's got a little bit of Jonathan Huberdeau in him. When Hubie was a young Panther, when I was in that organization, he's got that look about him where he can look off a defender and make plays rink wide, slow down, see what's available. Just makes people better around him, Army.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at these numbers. Look at this production from him also as a draft-eligible player. Look at the names
You're
on
welcome,
that list.
Gary. I hope you enjoyed the stream, man.
Luke's, you can wipe the slobber away from your mouth. This is your guy. He's gone now.
I feel like walking off right now.
Done. Yeah. Get out of here.
It's a walk-off. It's done.
But I look at their team, right? Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther across the board on that top line. Hayton, you go down the list. Paterka, who they just added as well.
Yeah, great.
I mean, they're Bill Armstrong, and they have so much draft capital because they've slotted all these picks that they've traded for. You have the draft capital, and now they're getting the players and the draft prospects. They're all coming in. A big future in Utah. Nashville again on the board, and maybe no team really more disappointing than Nashville this past season, right? 30th in the NHL after we declared them winners in the offseason.
Drop the next name in the draft. I think it's going to be Porter Martin.
Commissioner Gary Bettman with the Nashville Predators, their GM Barry Trotz about to make their selection.
Making the 5th selection for the Nashville Predators, one of Smashville's all-time greats and a 2024 inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame, I give you Shea Weber.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here making the Nashville Predators' first selection. What a big day for these young athletes.
He's on the golf course?
Just the start's beginning for him. So,
He's making the pick from the golf course. I love it. I love it.
Best of luck. I want to say hi to all the fans at Bridgestone. I know you guys probably aren't having any fun. I miss you guys. What a place to play. With that, with the 5th overall selection, the Nashville Predators in the 2025 NHL entry draft select from the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, Brady Martin.
Brady Martin? Holy
now, Brady
smokes.
Martin is not here. He's back at his farm in Elmira, Ontario. He said, my whole family
with us tonight because true to form, he's back home putting in the work on his family's farm in Elora, Ontario. Tonight we salute a journey rooted in hard work, family, and quiet determination. From early mornings in the barns tending to cows, pigs, and chickens to late nights leading his team on the ice, Brady Martin has earned every bit of this moment. Brady, your story is what our game is all about. Congratulations and welcome to the NHL.
The kid definitely has an amazing work ethic, but he's 6 feet tall and he's 178 pounds.
And what a story it is. Brady Martin, as the commissioner just said,
he's
out
got
on the
a long
farm
way
with
to
his
go.
dad Terry, his mom Cheryl. He said, I'm going to spend time with the family because we can't have everyone.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that scene. What a scene. A big viewing party there. Schaefer, Misa, Frondell, 1, 2, and 3. Brady Martin, the third OHL player taken in the top 5. On deck, it's the 6th overall pick going to Philadelphia. We're going to talk Brady Martin as well. The draft rolls on Sportsnet.
Yeah. For a kid that's 6 feet tall and 178 pounds,
the ocean, not spreadsheets.
I'm going to cut the sound during the commercials.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Being house rich to me means more control over how I retire. But to my house, it means so much more.
Francis, I do believe our petunias could use another splash.
Thanks to a reverse mortgage from Equitable Bank, he started to truly realize his worth.
It was the best thing Francis ever did for us. Like fresh caviar for brunch. I highly recommend it. Only you could get through my concrete exterior and bring out my emotional side.
Dry eyes ruining the moment? Get fast relief with HydraSense eye drops. Made with a naturally sourced lubricant that works to attract and retain moisture. HydraSense eye drops.
What does weight have to do with hockey? What do you mean, what does weight have to do with hockey?
You could try using mayonnaise.
You can't be like 150 pounds and hope to hold on to a puck when a 6'4",
Greek yogurt
240-pound defenseman bumps into you.
But you might want to add a little extra salt.
So the Nashville Predators picking up Brady Martin back on the farm with his family. What are they getting, Books?
A relentless competitor that can influence the game in all 3 zones. He is a hard out. This guy's a hard-nosed player. Like when you start to look at the playoffs and the Sam Bennett's of the world, that's the kind of approach he has. He's relentless. He can play the middle. He can play the wing. Long time ago, I want to tell you something about why I think the Nashville Predators went here. Jeff Kelty, their scouting director and assistant GM, he's been there forever. Trotzy was the head coach when I worked there back in the day. David Poyle came into our war room and he said, the Nashville Predators, the team identity is we are going to be relentless as a group. When you're drafting players, we want to be relentless. We want to be a hard out every single night. Maybe they got away from that for a little bit, Army, but with this pick right here, they're back on it.
Yeah, pretty impressive player. I hear him talking too. It's like a guy from Saskatchewan to me too, a farm boy.
All right, Colby Armstrong, what about Riley Armstrong, your brother? He's part of the
scouting group of the Philadelphia
Flyers, ready to make their first of 3 picks in this first round. Here's the commissioner, Gary Bettman.
So making this selection for the Flyers, a legend in Philly.
Ilya Bryzgalov.
Probably next to Rocky, their most famous athlete. An NBA analyst, a great friend to the NHL, and a great friend of mine.
Barkley.
Coming to us from Chicago, Sir Charles Barkley.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me tonight.
Great to have you with us. So tell everybody what you love about our game.
Well, there's no BS that goes on in hockey. They don't have load management. They just want to get their name on the Stanley Cup. I admire these guys. I respect them. They just want to win the Stanley Cup.
Telling it how it is.
And at the end of the day, that's all sports should be. And we're all trying to win the championship. But if you give it your best, that's all you can do. That's why I love the hockey, their mindset.
We love that you're a fan of the game. We have some business to do. Why don't you make the pick?
Well, Gary, number one, I want to thank you for being a friend. You've been a friend a long time. And I want to say welcome back to Philadelphia, Rick Tocchet. And with the 6th pick, my Flyers take Porter Martone from the Brampton Steelhead.
Porter Martone.
Sir Charles delivering the goods. Porter Martone, the 5th Canadian taken in the first 6 picks. His father, Mike, also drafted in the NHL, picked back 106th by Buffalo in 1996. And here we are all these years later. His son, Porter, is taken 6th overall. His mom, Angela, his sister, Audrey, the whole family enjoying another big-bodied center. Found a home. Rick Tocchet's going to love this guy, isn't he?
Oh, he's exactly in his mold. This guy is a hockey junkie. I'm telling you, he loves the game. So earlier in the year, Brampton Steelheads, they're having some issues with their trainers and coaches, guys who were sick, who couldn't show up to work. So they got some help from the Toronto Maple Leafs, their equipment staff. Porter Martone helped out too. He knows everyone's skate profile, everyone's stick, curve, and specifications. So who and how much would you have to be dialed in to know all that stuff? He walks into the coach's office, James Richmond. He's having a sandwich. He's like, Coach, you can't be eating that. You need to be eating something a little bit better than that. This guy is dialed in from the second he walks into the rink till the second he leaves.
He's got to use Charles Barkley's glasses to protect his eyes when he's sharpening skates.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an unbelievable run, though. And we talk about the resumes that some of these gentlemen have. He was the captain in Brampton, captain of Canada's under-18 team. He also played at the World Championship under the tutelage of the likes of Sidney Crosby and Ryan O'Reilly. How much does that factor in, Jason?
Well, any high-leverage situations that you can get in front of as a young athlete, the better it is. And I'm going to tell you, this kid right here, I'm looking at what Philadelphia has done this week, bringing Zegras over there and now adding Martone as well. You can see how they're starting to build up, top up that lineup, if you will. What do you got here? You got a power shooter, big body. We talked about him in the pregame. This is a huge add.
Colby, really quickly, your brother is part of the scouting group. Did you know this was happening?
I had no clue.
He doesn't tell you anything, does he?
Thanks, Riles.
Yeah, he's no help to me. It's great to see him and hang out with him. And the Johnny Leclerc's here with him as well. Great Flyer legend, but what a moment here for Martone, big power forward, Philly-style player.
And now he gets to meet the management group.
Well, Danny, you made it official. Why don't you welcome in your newest member to the Flyers?
Hey, Porter. Welcome to the Flyers. We're excited.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've heard nothing but great things about the Flyers organization. I can't wait to be a Flyer.
I think you might have some pictures from your youth, some Flyers gear, so we can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I got a Claude Giroux poster in my basement, a little Flyers magnet up somewhere in my basement as well, and a Flyers jersey, so I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome.
When you guys think about the identity you're trying to create out there in Philadelphia, how does he fit that mold for the organization?
Well, the combination of size, skill, playmaking abilities, vision, sense is very hard to find. So we're excited that he fell to us at number 6.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Soak it all in.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so Porter Martone, he looks like a Flyer, by the way. He sounds like a Flyer. He's got the size and stature, and we'll have more from Danny Briere. They still have 2 more picks in the first. Porter Martone, let's walk through some of the highlights.
Yes, well, that was pretty slick. But when he gets the edge and he drops the leg with his length especially, he's just hard to push off of pucks. And his skating's going to have to come just a tad, but no problem. He gets everywhere from A to B on time right now. He'll continue to evolve that way. This is what I really like about his game, Sammy, this year. He extended a lot more plays below the line, below the hash marks. He added more of a playmaking element to his game.
Let's get back down on the draft floor. Ailish standing by with the newest member of the Flyers. Ailish.
Well, not every day Sir Charles Barkley announces your pick. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel amazing. That was pretty cool. You know, I'm so happy to be part of the Flyers organization. You know, I got to spend some time with Konechny and Sanheim at the World Championships in Forster.
Drop some likes,
you know,
if you like
they're
the
great
stream.
human beings.
I would
they
really
know
appreciate it, guys.
how much it means to be a Flyer, and I'm so excited to be a Flyer and really join their organization.
So I know you have a lot of pond hockey roots back in Peterborough, but there's someone that couldn't be here today. So we wanted to make sure that Jeff had an opportunity. Your shooter tutor, that's your boy Jeff? You made him.
Yeah, in the summers, my dad would make that, and we would shoot on that, me and my sister. And it's so cool, you know, being from a small town from Peterborough, all the support I get from there. So very honored to be from Peterborough, and you know, another one, my billet's actually billed at Owen Tippett in Brampton, and he's from Peterborough as well. So, you know, I can't wait to be a Flyer with him as well.
Well, shout out to Jeff, and congratulations again. Thank
you very much.
We'll send it up to DA.
All right, what a personable young man in Porter Martone, and honestly, he does look and sound like a Flyer. The Bees are next on the board for the 7th pick, but let's put a bow on Martone.
Well, it won't be too long before we go to the PWHL draft and hear Audrey's name being called there. She's playing as a 15-year-old in the U22 league in Aurora,
Good old
Ontario.
Peterborough.
Dad, Mike, we know about his exploits going back to '96 and being drafted, played at St. FX.
Let's go,
Mother Angela couldn't be
Peterborough.
more proud. I had the great pleasure of being able to fly down with them, have some wonderful conversations. They're so proud of Porter, their young man.
We talked about the guys that he played with at World Championships, Flyers. It's like Illuminati stuff. Everything's coming together. He's got the dream. There's some injuries there. I think Forster went out injured. Martone got in, and he's, oh man, we could really use Forster. Like, you're in the lineup because of him being injured, buddy. You got to love this right now. So, to your point, the ultimate team guy, sharpening skates, he's doing it all. A good fit and a nice looking player.
The hated Boston Bruins are up next.
Logo and jersey.
Flyer, go on, Jim.
The more hard outs you get, like when you build around your skill guys, like Konechny's a hard out, but he's a smaller, he's a rat. Like, let's not kid ourselves. He's really hard to play against. But when you get a little bit bigger and you get more hard out with skill in your lineup, it just your team evolves a lot quicker.
Flyers get their guy. Next up, the Boston Bruins. And this is a bit of a surprise. They do not pick in the top 10 very often. In fact, this is their first top 10 pick since they took Dougie Hamilton back in 2011. We're closing in on what the Bruins are going to do here. What do you think they need here, Sam? Quickly.
Well, fascinating stuff for me. The Bruins picking here, you haven't done it in a while, and so you're sending guys everywhere because you don't want to get it wrong. This is an organization here that's trying to still rebuild, but understand and respect that they're still right there in terms of competing and contending for a playoff spot.
So we wait to see what the Boston Bruins are going to do again for Don Sweeney and the gang. And Don Sweeney's the 4th longest tenured in the NHL, GM in the NHL. This is rarefied air for them picking so high up. We'll see what they do with the 7th overall pick. Let's hear from the commissioner, Gary Bettman.
James Higgins?
Making the selection for the Boston Bruins, we have a special guest, an award-winning comedian, actor, golfer, and lifelong Bruins fan.
Adam Sandler?
My name is Happy Gilmore. How are you? Proud to be part of the 2025 NHL Draft. The Boston Bruins select from Boston College, James Higgins. Way to go,
That's sick.
Happy Gilmore making James Hagan a very happy young man with his mom Christine, sister Emma, father Michael. And he says he compares his game to Jack Hughes. If he ends up being like Jack Hughes, the Boston Bruins have definitely hit the jackpot at number 7.
That's a great pick at 7, and you almost kind of feel sorry for the guy because at the start of the year, he was the #1 ranked guy, and then that started to slip away from him. We're talking to him at the Combine, and he's almost apologizing for his play. And Books and I are sitting there saying, no, you're an unbelievable player. Like, you are really, really good. I think the issue for him was point per game in college this year. You go back to Celebrini last year, 32 goals, 64 points, wins the Hobie as the youngest guy to do it. So automatically, when you're looked at as being the #1 guy, you're compared to that standard. But he's in his own right. This
Adam
guy's
Sandler
unbelievable. He's hit all the international marks, World Juniors, drafted the top line.
Gary.
Gabe Perreault, he's having a great time right now watching this guy get drafted. So too is Ryan Leonard. Both of those guys made their NHL debuts, and I think James will make his NHL debut this year as well.
I'm going to keep this really short. Everybody was talking about Gabe Perreault and Ryan Leonard, the wingers on James Hagan's line, and how great they were, and they're fantastic players. This kid here, he drove play in the middle of the ice. This is an exceptional player. You're right. We had to pump him up a little bit at the Combine. This is exactly where he needs to go. He's going to be highly motivated, Army, and he's going to be a difference maker for the Bruins.
Yeah, and I think a pressure pick, too, for the Bruins, right? And they get a speedy, skilled, hockey IQ, type player. I got to see him play a few years ago at the U.S. Fall Classic that was held in Pittsburgh. And not quite on the radar yet, but man, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh my goodness, like just a difference maker with everything. The puck goes through him all the time. He makes things happen, and he's going to do that as a Boston Bruin. I got to imagine with all the turmoil and the craziness in Boston over the last few years, their fans will be happy with a player like this.
Boston
really
college guy
yes.
to Boston. So it's important, I think, when you have all your executives and all your people and probably your coaches at some point with the opportunity to go and look at this player.
And now he gets a chance to meet Don Sweeney and the management team.
Well, it's a tough act to follow when Happy Gilmore welcomes your player to the organization, but why don't you guys say hello to James Higgins?
Thank you for picking me.
I think we might have some technical difficulties, but how excited are you
No
to be a part of this organization and know what your
it.
NHL home is going to be?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back in Boston and to be able to have that Adam Sandler make the pick. It was special.
What is this organization and this fan base getting in you?
Just hard work. Someone that will put his soul and body on the line. I'd love to win, and I'm really glad that I'm in Boston.
Well, they might not be able to hear you right now, but why don't you give them a wave and a thank you one more time?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And there he is, James
Poor guy,
Higgins,
so
joining the
awkward when the
Boston
sound
Bruins and
doesn't
new
work.
head coach Marco Sturm. It's been a night of hugs, kisses, and some tears. Next on the board, it's the Seattle Kraken when the NHL entry draft continues.
That's so awkward when the sound doesn't work. Come on, man. Get your shit together, Boston Bruins. Poverty franchise. Who wants to hear some hockey rumors? Okay, so the Leafs and the Vegas Golden Knights have their eye on Rasmus Anderson from the Calgary Flames.
Always one step
That's
ahead.
been
I know what's up.
a rumor
and
that's been
who's
around
up.
for
So
just
next
more
time
than
the
a week or
game's
so.
on, and it feels game-changing.
Um,
Bet your way with Betway.
The Leafs are in on Bowen Byram, and the price is believed to be Easton Cowan, which doesn't really make a lot of sense for the Leafs. The Leafs are being linked to Aaron Ekblad, and also the Leafs are being linked to Andrew Mangiapane, who just played for the Washington Capitals.
Help nourish play with Catelli Protein Plus. The taste they love.
These are
and
legit
17
from the
grams of
Hockey
protein.
Insiders. I'm not just making this stuff up. I'm
The right
literally
equipment makes all the
reading
difference.
reading
It allows you to
straight off of the
completely focus in on
Insiders'
the moment at hand.
social media accounts.
And it's the same when it comes to the equipment you choose for better hearing. Discover how the latest hearing aid technology can help you feel more confident and keep you connected.
Yeah.
Book your free hearing test
There's
today
a
at your local Connect Hearing
there's a
clinic.
handful of teams in the Bowen Byram sweepstakes currently. That is true.
All right, moments ago, James Hagan becoming a member of the Boston Bruins. We've seen some behemoths taken early. James Hagan's not one of those guys. Is size going to be an issue at all here?
No, not for me, not at all. The difference here when you're splitting hairs is that Hagens plays even strength and on the power play. I was at this game in Michigan State. I had to go home and cut that. He looked off and made a play to the back seam. He can attack off the rush. A lot of the stuff here is
I think
redundant when I'm talking
Mangiapane
about
is a
it,
good
but
ad for
he's
the Leafs
really
just because he's a
hard to
Toronto
get,
boy.
to kind of square up
And
on.
I think
he's wiry and he's thinking and he's
the
got
Leafs are going to
bridge
have to
army,
choose
so he's,
between
he's
him
always
and
out front with
Tanev's
the
brother,
stick, and
Brandon Tanev.
It's fun to watch.
He's super aware. You see on all those highlights, head is up and he's ready to go. Kucherov, second place only to this guy at the under 18s going back to last year. He's got the record at the under 17s. And by the way, 9 points in 7 games at this year's World Junior as an underager on the top line, driving their power play. This guy is unbelievable.
An exceptional resume for James Hagens as he goes number 7 overall to the Boston Bruins. We move forward to Seattle at number 8. Jason Botterill, newly minted GM. We'll see what his thinking is as we hear once again from the commissioner, Gary Bettman, with Seattle's pick.
So you recommend Mangiapane, do you, Kelly?
Next up, Seattle. It's a big week for our next selector. His movie F1 is in theaters everywhere. I'm hoping at some point I can persuade him to make a hockey movie. But for now, please welcome Jerry Bruckheimer to make the next selection.
Oh, Jerry Bruckheimer, big name.
Hello, LA. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a thrill to be a part of this fantastic draft. So,
bro, show some enthusiasm.
Our selection is from the Brantford Bulldogs, Jake O'Brien.
Wow, Jake O'Brien. Okay.
Jake O'Brien, his father, Dan, played in the ECHL. His mother, Amy, played CIS with Wilfrid Laurier, so great pedigree there. His sister, Madison, there as well, enjoying everything. He was a big reason why Nick Lardis was a 71 goal scorer this season in Brantford. Jake O'Brien, the newest member of the Seattle Kraken, who've been very busy, guys. Jason Botterill, of course, adding Mason Marchman and Frederick Goodrow. But what do they get specifically in Jake O'Brien?
You know, in Brantford, while they had Lardis, they didn't have Merrick Van Acker to start the year. And that put a little more pressure on O'Brien to have to produce and learn how to drive a line without Van Acker there. And I think he hugely benefited from that. But this guy's hockey IQ is off the charts. OHL coaches in the Eastern Conference voted him the smartest player. His vision, his creativity. And the one thing you can see, he's slight of frame. So at 6'2", he's no question there's going to add some weight, add some strength to his game. But you have to love the point production you get from this guy, that creativity, absolutely deadly in the power play.
Oh, absolutely deadly. So he's one of those guys when you're watching a game on TV and the team works to load a high cycle and they come off the wall, he opens up all kinds of options. He sees where to dish it. He'll open up a lane to get it to the net. Here's the thing. You can't teach offense, guys. He's got it in space. His puck play, his off the puck play, and his defensive commitment, that's something that Seattle will now, their player development, get a hold of him. And it's not that he can't do it, and he's not, willing to do it. He's going to have to do it a little bit more often for me. But boy, oh boy, what an electric offensive talent.
Beniers, Stevenson, Wright, Shane Wright, big year for him this year, right? And you look at adding this young men as well. When I think of Seattle, I'm thinking like we talked about this, right? Yesterday we were just what's Seattle? What's their identity? What are they going to do? Will this guy provide some of that with his play as well, not only with his skill?
He is, and when they move Burakovsky out, this is that type of player that's going to be a distraction for opponents.
Seattle has drafted first 5
times. Say hello to Jake. What message do you have for the newest member of the Seattle Kraken?
Jake, you look awesome in blue. Welcome to Seattle.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Well, I know our fan base is going to be absolutely ecstatic to see you. Your hockey sense, your passion, your drive to improve. We're ecstatic to have you a part of the Kraken family.
Yeah, thank you for believing in me and thank you for taking me. Thank you very much.
Jason, as you went through this process, what made him the clear selection here at 7? And what was the room like when you found out that he was still going to be available for you?
No, we were certainly ecstatic. We've tried to build our team through the center ice position. And as we got to know Jake, just watching him on the ice, creativity, his hockey sense, we think he's going to fit in extremely well with our talented young forwards here in Seattle.
Sound like a pretty fair assessment?
Can't wait. Thank you.
Congratulations. Enjoy this.
Thank you.
And what a run it continues. That's the 5th center taken, the 5th OHL player taken, Jake O'Brien.
Who likes Monster
you heard
Energy?
Jason Botterill mention it. By the way, Hall of Fame, congratulations to Jennifer Botterill, our colleague.
Yes,
and Jason, he's settling in nicely to this GM position. And what do you guys think of this selection?
Well, you look at the reach, you look at the stick skills, right? So you got a taller guy who plays with a long stick and still has the ability to work it in tight like that. The vision, he's already thinking and knowing where everyone is on the ice before he gets the puck.
Man,
and I think that's
NHL
a key element.
draft.
Not only that there, that play is unbelievable.
No
right?
reason to be anything but positive.
Let's get back down onto the stage floor. Ailish with the new member of the Kraken.
All right, Jake, any inclinations that Seattle was going to pick you, or were you surprised?
I had a pretty good interview with them. I knew that they liked me. You never know what happens in the draft, but I'm so excited to be a Seattle Kraken.
You like fish?
The draft
yeah, I love
is
fishing,
exactly
so,
what it is.
Yeah, this is cool.
Draft.
Maybe meant to be there.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about your mom specifically. You know, she had a pretty great hockey career. We got some really great images of you. Your mom and I played for the same team growing up, so
really?
shout out to Amy. But just the opportunity to see for your parents and have them influence your hockey career and what that's meant to you.
Yeah, just them supporting me along the way, getting me into hockey from a young age, and then just my mom with her hockey school. I feel like that's where I developed most of my skills and stuff. So it's just really grateful for that opportunity, and I just can't think of them enough.
Well, that is so exciting to see you, and look at that, looking good in Seattle Kraken. I appreciate you coming on, and best of luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Over to Good Amber.
So there it is, Jake O'Brien, and look at this, most power play assists. They liken him to Wyatt Johnston, and you can see why. He has great vision, and when certainly have the man advantage, he takes full advantage of that as he goes to the Seattle Kraken at number 8.
Well, the Seattle Kraken, if you look at their draft history, now have made 37 picks, 16 of them at the center position. The one thing that differentiates O'Brien a little bit from their group, you talked about Schmaltz and Eberle, this guy's 6'2", so they're adding a little size here.
So Buffalo's on the board, they're coming up at 9. I want to know, we're 8 picks in. Any massive surprise for any of you guys yet?
Brady Martin going at 5 was a surprise. I had him not getting past Boston necessarily, so that was a little bit of a surprise. I would say that Hagen's dropping to 7 is a surprise for me as well, and a great opportunity for the Boston Bruins.
I still think we have those number of names, even as we get through the next couple of picks here. I think it's still going to be pretty similar to what we had. We were all a little bit different in terms of the order, but I think the names stay the same.
I think Books is pretty upset about the Dead Wayne not going first overall.
What about your...
He's more motivated now. It's all going to be fun.
I would say one thing, guys, like Roger McQueen at his size, he had the back issues, and clearly with a couple of teams that have had multiple picks so far have stayed away from him, and that is a little bit concerning for me.
So there's Kevin Adams and his management group getting picked, getting ready to pick 9th overall. Again, they've missed the playoffs 14 straight years, so this is desperate times in Buffalo to really add a key ingredient. By the way, we're talking about some disappointment, Colby. The WHL players, there's a lot of good ones available right now. You want to see them come off the board as well?
I would love to see that. Yes, I'm a big WHL guy, CHL guy, no question, but it's like, we've seen Schaefer, and we look at this team. Is he the only D taken so far? So it's like, are other teams going to do it? You look at their D on the back end with Buffalo. They got a lot of guys. Rumors about Byram. What's going to happen in Buffalo? So it should be interesting pick for them with some new management help coming in as well with Adams.
Kekalainen, Kekalainen's there now as a consultant. And listen, 2 days ago they traded JJ Peterka, so they're going to need to pick up some of that offensive slack by trading Peterka. And I know they picked up Josh Stone and Kesselring as well. We'll see what Buffalo has in mind, though. This is their 11th top 10 selection in the last 12 years. 11th top 10 selection. Let's hear from the commissioner.
The most mistakes are made in free agency. If you build your team through free agency, you'll never win nothing.
Making the selection for the Sabres are members of the Goo Goo Dolls, a band that got its start in Buffalo. They've been nominated for Grammys 4 times, and tonight, Goo Goo Dolls members Johnny Resnick and Robbie Takak.
This format does suck, but it's only for 1 year. They're going to go back to normal next year, so it is what it is.
All right, with the 9th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Buffalo Sabres are proud to select from the Seattle Thunderbirds, Radim Mrtka. Yeah!
Mrtka.
And there it is with his dad Milos, his mom Helena, his brother Patrick. There's a WHL guy.
It's the Thunderbirds.
First one off the board, the right D-man. And this man is not short on size. 6'6", almost 220 pounds. And they describe us as an old school kind of guy as he's getting some hugs from his CAA representation. Never had a skating coach, never had a skill coach, which is what Colby always says. There's too many skill guys, not enough hockey players. This guy's a hockey player, right?
Absolutely. He's a little bit of a throwback because of that. He hasn't been coached up, let's just say that. He's relied on natural ability. Obviously, the size is a bonus. You can't teach size. You can't teach puck skill necessarily. You can nurture all that kind of stuff. You can't teach size. 6'6", 220. The kid's going to be Zadorov big by the time he fills out, right? 240 or so. So going, he started the year back home in Europe, and then he came over here. had to make some adjustments playing for the Thunderbirds, smaller ice in North America, and he took full advantage of it. It's plays to his style of play, guys, because he's so big and long, he takes away space.
And a great opportunity here for Buffalo with a guy that, as you mentioned, it seems like he's scratching the surface with his big frame. So, and Seattle, the way they play too. First of all, you want to talk about hockey player? They're a hard-working team that is maybe moved up and in a rebuild a little bit in the Western Hockey League just by that mindset of the way they play. And a guy that comes in, a big guy that
they
has
are
to work
pumping
hard.
out players,
Yes.
Army. They are pumping out first-rounders. They are pumping out all kinds of talent. And you got Matt O'Dette as the head coach there. Pat LaForge is the general, Bill LaForge rather, the general manager. And he's done an amazing job procuring talent, developing that talent, sending it off to the NHL. And they've done a wonderful job. But getting this guy has been absolutely huge. He comes over from Czech Republic, or Czechia rather, puts up 18 points in his first 17 games. So really cool stuff to see what Murtka has done since coming over.
And he's just towering over the Goo Goo Dolls. He's towering over Commissioner Bettman. Let's hear what he has to say to Kevin Adams.
Why don't you say hello to Redeem, the newest member of the Buffalo Sabres?
Nice to see you guys. Redeem, congratulations.
Appreciate it,
Welcome
Bum.
to the Buffalo Sabres. We're thrilled to have you. And
Like
I'm
and
here
subscribe.
with the head coach, Lindy Ruff, owner Terry Pagula, and assistant general manager Gary Ford.
Let me know if you guys want me to stream
Welcome.
NHL free agency on July 1st as
When
well.
you look at this guy and the long reach and the big body defenseman that he is, what do you think he can bring
Leafs
to
have
your blue
6
line in the
picks
future?
in this draft.
Well, you see
They
a
don't have a
6'6"
first or second,
mobile,
but they have 6
two-way
picks.
defenseman, good puck skills. These guys are hard to find, and we tracked him closely all year and just loved the progression he made from the beginning of the season
Mario
through the end,
says
and just see
yes
a huge
to
upside
July
with this guy.
1st free
You got the
agency
Goo Goo
stream. Who
Dolls
else
in
is
the
on
house
board
here
with that?
as well. You guys have been such a big part of this organization as supporters for a long time. How exciting is this for you to help usher in the next generation of Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah. Welcome to Buffalo, my brother.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Watch the food.
Watch the food. There you go. That's all you need to know.
I will.
Congratulations.
All right,
Enjoy
we got
this
3
moment.
yeses for the July 1st.
All right, so
Stream, we're gonna have to
there
do
it
it.
is, the second
We're gonna
defenseman
stream July
taken,
1st,
in
free
this
agency.
draft.
He'll be easy to
Right
spot
here
on
on
Chippewa
TMO
Street
domain.
if he strays a little bit, no question.
Yes, there was
6, whatever, 6'6". Oh my goodness.
That was the second defenseman taken in this draft. Here's the first defenseman taken
You guys
first
got
overall.
it.
Matthew
We're doing
Schaefer.
the fir-
Matthew,
we're
thank you so
doing
much.
free agency
Incredible poise, incredible moment for you and
Catch
your
it right
family.
here.
Now you've had a little bit of time to process it. What's this moment like for you?
I think free
it's
agency
amazing.
starts
Obviously,
at
tears
noon,
got to me,
but I'm going to
the whole
double check
time,
for
but
you guys
obviously
later.
happy tears. Wish my mom could be here in person. Obviously, she's here in spirit. But yeah, it's been amazing. You look up to this as a kid, and to hear your name called, it's pretty cool, and it's such a great organization.
Buddy, we shared the tears with you. Let me tell you. I mean, we've kind of taken this journey a couple of times at unbelievable opportunities to meet and to get you to know you. And I think the personality piece, aside from the hockey piece, is probably what put you where you are today.
And obviously, it's a lot easier when you guys interview me. I became close with a lot of you guys, so it's really easy when I get to talk to people like you that I know have my back. And obviously, you guys are great at what you do, but you guys are great people too. And I'd almost consider you guys as really good friends, family even. So thank you for everything you guys do.
Right on. Thanks, buddy.
That's a nice compliment. Listen, I've been doing this a lot of years. I don't want to well up again, but I got to tell you, you're the most impressive young man I've ever interviewed in my career. And I've thousands of kids that I've interviewed.
Free
so
agent
congratulations.
frenzy
I just have a
starts
real
at
quick
11
question
a.m.
for you.
on Tuesday.
In terms of the Erie Otters,
11
how
a.m.
special a place
Tuesday.
is it in Erie? A classy organization. Dave Brown, your general manager. What's it mean to you today to represent the Erie Otters?
Means everything. I obviously wouldn't be here today if they
the Leafs are looking
they
for a
didn't
number
pick me.
2 center.
And it's been amazing. Obviously, rest in peace, Jim Waters, my owner. He passed away, and him and his wife Sheila Waters, they've done such a great job with the organization. And then obviously Dave Brown, the GM. It's just from everyone in the organization, top to bottom, and the teammates. It's been amazing, and it's been an experience I'm going to remember for my whole life. And if anyone asks me about Erie, I'll have only great things to say about them. So I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them.
Well, congratulations now on to the
Yes,
NHL,
JT,
right? We heard
what a
Matthew
great
Darce
sign.
talking to you.
Yes.
Can't wait to get you here. What's going on with you here coming up? Are you going right to Long Island? Are you getting your feet wet? You got your hockey equipment here? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think everyone brought their hockey equipment. You never know what was going to happen. So yeah, I haven't really looked at my phone. I got a couple calls. I talked to after I was crying and talking to Matthew Darsh. I don't think he understood half the things I was saying. Then I had a call after, and then I think he understood me a bit better than before. But yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, obviously I'll get to talk to them and, you know, the organization a bit more, you know, as the night dies down, I guess, a bit. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I'll be going there, I think, tomorrow, so can't wait.
Matthew, finally, if there was something you could say to your mother right now, what would you want to say to her?
Thank you for everything.
It's either
love you
him
so
or
much.
David
Honestly, love you so much because she's, you know, been the best person for me. And, you know, to see her smile and go through something as scary as cancer, it means a lot to me. And she battled as long as she could to stay with me and my family. And honestly, when she was passing, I got to say, you know, everything I wanted to say. You know, I love you, I miss you, and I'm gonna make you proud. And I always go visit her cemetery, and I visited it before this.
Matthews,
the biggest thing I wanted to say was, I promise I'm gonna make you proud. And I went there before the Holinka tournament. We ended up winning. So she's a good luck charm, and I love her, and I miss her.
You're
so
an
much.
impressive man, Matthew. Thank you so much. Her legacy lives on through you. To the commissioner.
Making the selection for Anaheim, 2 of the original cast members from the 1992 Disney hit movie, The Mighty Ducks, Joshua Jackson and Marguerite Moreau.
They got the Mighty Ducks to call the Mighty Ducks.
That's it, quack, quack, let's go.
Yeah, how we feeling tonight, hockey fans? All right. We love to hear it. With duct tape gear, no coach, and 0 chance of winning until we got a lawyer with community service hours and a limo.
I think what we're talking about is 33 years ago, Disney made a movie about a scrappy Pee-wee hockey team from District 5. And then somehow it turned into Flying Bees and Knuckle Pucks, and maybe even a very special Triple D.
Thank you. Man, it's good to be here with you guys tonight. All right, Ducks fans, let's do this. With the 10th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Anaheim Ducks are proud to select from the Brandon Wheat Kings, Roger McQueen.
Roger McQueen.
There's Scotty,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, more love for the WHL and the CHL. Another pick goes, and it's Roger McQueen, his father Scott, his mom Kayla. It's good that he's going to Anaheim, guys. He just went to Disneyland with his family a couple of days leading up to this, so he's getting a little bit familiar with the area, and now he's going to be very familiar wearing the Anaheim sweater.
There's a lot of noise around.
We had Matthew Schaefer here. It was an injury derailing his season as well, gentlemen, right? He just played 17 games, had a serious back injury, a spinal fracture. Yet he goes 10th overall. What does that speak to his game, Sam?
I have to tell you that there is such a wide divergence in the people that I talked to in terms of the medicals. There were some teams that said no. There were other teams that said, yeah, maybe later. There were other teams that said multi-pick. And other teams were saying, if he's there for us, we are taking him. So Anaheim is obviously that team. You can see this is a Pat Verbeek type of player. What you're getting is a big guy down the middle of the ice. He can skate. He's got tons of skill. He could shoot the puck extremely well. But you see the smile on his face? This guy is not fake. He's got that gregarious personality. And similar to Schaefer, when he walks into a room, he shakes your hand, he looks you in the eye, he's happy to be there. This type of character, I love what McQueen brings to the table. And I'm really interested to see what happens, because we're just coming off the Caden Lindstrom thing, who played at the end of the year, but he needed a lot of time to get back. It looks like all signs pointing to him being healthy right now.
Well, we just had Merca go at 6'6". He's 6'5", so he doesn't look everyone in the eye. He certainly wasn't looking the commissioner in the eye as he shook his hand. What's with the water in Saskatoon? So many great players, Colby, like yourself, coming out of Saskatoon.
You know what? My dad used to coach his dad, and I, was a stick boy a few times and through Bantam with Scott McQueen, and Scott McQueen ended up playing in Red Deer and then in Saskatoon. A good junior player, some good genes there. His mom, a great athlete in Saskatoon as well. I don't know what's in the water, but I'm so proud and happy for this family. And this young man coming up, I think my mom taught him a little skating too back in the day in Saskatoon when he was younger. So
there's a kid
congratulations to the McQueen family and their crew down here.
Their first pick in the second round.
Big, tall,
he's
lanky, skilled, fast forward guy.
And he's a center.
Maybe risky if you
he's
say
actually
injury,
pretty quick.
but a hell
He's
of a
very
player.
athletic.
He says his health is a 10 out of 10.
And he plays a lot like
no reservations from Pat Verbeek, his new
This
GM.
place sure has been getting loud for Roger McQueen here in Anaheim. Pat, why don't you say hello to the newest member of the team?
Hi, Roger. Congratulations. Welcome to the Anaheim Ducks. We're excited to have you join our club.
The Leafs are in trouble in the division.
I'm so grateful for this. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators are both going to miss the playoffs next year.
How special is this moment?
Oh, it's unbelievable, especially being so close here and having all the fans in the background. It's such a great feeling, and just working towards this my whole life.
If you guys think Boston's going to sit at the bottom of the division next year, you're wrong.
What was your first impression of Roger, and what kind of potential do you think he has within this organization?
Well, what we really like is that obviously he has size, but what goes along with that is the skill and the skating ability, and basically just a really hard player to play against.
And baby.
We're looking forward to him being a power forward for our organization. So anyway, Rogers, we'll see you soon. You're just going to be coming up the road here, not too far. We'll see you tomorrow.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
This is just the beginning. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And hey, Ducks fly together, right?
Well, if anyone would know about being a power forward, it is Pat Verbeek, and that's what he hopes he has found in Roger McQueen.
Well, big body. Again, you can't teach size. He leans goal scorer more than natural distributor / playmaker, guys. He's hard to handle. Obviously, when he boxes people out with that large frame and then uses the reach, he's going to go bar down. It's
Montreal
really
is
tough
definitely
to check
getting
people
better.
like
Dobson
this,
is a very
and he's not
high-end
an easy out.
prospect.
This guy will drop
He
the
had a
flippers
down
if
year
things get
last
hard.
year. Hopefully
like Ryan
that's just
Getzlaf back in the
because
day
he played
when
on a
Anaheim
bad New
started
York
to get
Islanders
good.
team.
What did they have? They had that meat in the middle
But
of the
you gotta
lineup,
be
middle
able
of the
to
ice.
defend if you
I'm
want to
really
be
pulling
good.
for this guy because he worked so hard to get
And
ready in his
Montreal
draft
doesn't
year,
have a lot of
and then
good
was set
defenders.
back by injury. You know he was stressed, right? But he tested at the combine. He came there 100% healthy, put himself through the paces.
The Habs are very run and gun right now. They have a lot of
pretty menacing group up
offense,
front. When you think about
but they
Cutter
can't
Gauthier,
keep the
Mason
puck out of
McTavish
their
has
net.
some of that
Their
in them too,
goaltending is
where
not
they're
great,
difficult to play
and their
against, yet they have
defense
the skills, so
in
you
terms
can't
of just
sleep on that
defending
part of it. So I like what
is not
Anaheim
great.
is building.
They can produce a lot of points and goals, but they can't
big
defend
team being
very
built
well.
in Anaheim. Let's send it down to Ailish.
All right, Roger, when we met at the draft combine, you told me you modeled your game after Ducks legend Ryan Getzlaf. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just one of the things you've been working towards your entire life, and it's kind of crazy. There's no really emotion, just shock at this point, but I'm so grateful to be with them, and it's unbelievable.
Did you just go to Disney too?
I did. I was there for 3 days before, so
It's like a Disney movie.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. I just want to say, Saskatoon, is Colby Armstrong your favorite hockey player?
One of them. We'll put them up there. One of them. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry, Colby.
Yeah.
I'll send it up to David Amber. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. He said Colby who?
Well, his chance to shine, and he failed the moment.
We're 10 picks in. 7 Canadians have been taken off the board. Next up, we'll get pick 11 from Pittsburgh.
There you go, Roger.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Rogers Xfinity. Get on Canada's most reliable internet. Learn more at rogers.com/Xfinity.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
The Chevrolet employee pricing event is back on Silverado Crew Cab models. Right now, get up to $11,300 off a Silverado ZR2.
And Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Stream or download At the Letters with Ben and Arden, wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back
Here's
to the
a big trade rumor
2025
that
NHL
just
entry
dropped.
draft on Sportsnet. Pittsburgh is
Sidney
on the clock here at the
Crosby
Peacock
is
Theater.
pushing for
and
a
it's been
trade
great.
out
It's been a
of
bevy
Pittsburgh.
of celebrities so far announcing the picks. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome.
It's been great to see the smiles on these kids' faces
Max
and, of course, on their
Pacioretty is
family
taking
faces
a little
as
bit
well.
of time,
Pittsburgh, by the way, picking
and he's going to
11th
let the
and
Leafs know
12th.
if
They've
he's
missed
going
the
to
playoffs
continue
the
playing
last
hockey.
3 years.
Right
It'll be
now,
very interesting to
indications
see
are
what
he wants
Kyle
to play
Dubas has
next
up
year,
his
and he
sleeves,
wants to
and
play
his
for
new
the
head
Leafs.
coach Dan Muse as well. So let's there is the room
Sidney
as they're
Crosby
working
wants
through
to
this.
go to
Pittsburgh needs a lot
Colorado.
of things. Anything specifically you're looking for, Sam?
You know, Kyle Dubas loves his draft picks, right?
Not
and so he's
Montreal.
had the opportunity now to get the New York Rangers pick with the next one here. This is their own pick here. So we'll see. I think they have a draft profile that we've seen with Wes Clark and Kyle Dubas, where they're looking for smarts, they're looking for skill, they're looking for competitiveness, not necessarily worried about size.
Let's
All
see
right,
who's
let's
going to
end the
go
drama.
next.
Let's hear from the commissioner, Gary Bettman. The Pittsburgh Penguins on the clock for 2 straight picks. Kyle Dubas and the gang ready to make their selection.
Kashawn Aitchison.
He's won 3 Stanley Cups with Pittsburgh and has played in over 1,161 NHL games. Making the 11th pick in the NHL draft, please welcome one of Pittsburgh's all-time greats, Chris Letang, and his son, Alex.
Good evening, LA. It's pretty special. Never had a chance to be drafted, so I guess the Penguins sent me here to announce it, and it's a great experience for my son. So without further ado, the Pittsburgh Penguins are proud to select
from the Calgary Hitmen, Benjamin Kindle.
Great stuff there
Benjamin
from the Latangs.
Kindle.
Oh, that's a great emotional moment. Dad, Steve, Mom, Sarah,
Wow,
they both
he
played
was
pro
supposed to go at
soccer.
the
Sister
bottom end of
Lacey's
the
a big
first
soccer
round.
player as well. But Ben said, no. I want to stay on the ice, and
5'10",
good reason for that. 11th overall pick from the Calgary
170-pound
Hitmen.
right winger.
Describe his game.
I'm not sure
What
anyone had him going here first
Dubas
off.
did this a
but
lot
Kindle
with
is
the
like
Leafs.
a dog
None
on a
of them
bone
made
type
it
of
to
guy.
the NHL.
And what we're going to see in this draft class, there's a few more of them coming up. Brady Martin would be one of those guys where they're average size guys who work hard, who track pucks, who are pain to play against. And oh yeah, by the way, once you get someone else off your game and the opposition off their game, they're going to strike. This guy had 99 points this year with the Calgary Hitmen, so we know he can put it in the back of the net. I talked to a coach recently from the under-18 team, Matthew Turcotte, and said they were so impressed by his vision, his creativity, his ability to see the ice and know what's happening long before it happens. They go back and look at clips and say, how did you see that? Why did you make that play? And oftentimes the execution is to perfection. So Kindle is one of those guys who's going to be able to create offense.
When you watch NHL games and you see a
Sidney
defenseman who
Crosby's
wheels
gotta
below
be
the goal
so
line
pissed.
and then he
This
makes
guy came
that
in and
long pass through the
destroyed the
neutral
Pittsburgh
zone, like all the
Penguins.
way to the far blue line. I know this sounds a little ridiculous, but in the games that I watch Kindle play as a forward, when he gets it down low in his zone, wow, what great vision. He might be the best forward passing player. I'm talking for distance, stick to stick, tape to tape, and then he joins it off the rush in the entire draft class. He's really proficient at it.
An elite playmaker, 99 points, the second most for a draft-eligible player behind only Michael Misa. And we said, Colby, you wanted the WHL.
We got our first trade of the draft. The Pittsburgh Penguins are moving down from 12th to
selection.
I don't know
I
what.
snuck a little message into the ear of Spezza. We got to get more Western League guys here in Pittsburgh. So they add to that. And Benjamin Kindle, welcome to Pittsburgh, buddy.
Yeah, I love watching him play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I really appreciate. See, that's what I'm talking about. See how he looked off there and he saw the backdoor flank? Those are the types of plays he makes a lot of. Yes, that was in the offensive zone, but he's really, really proficient at seeing the entire width of the ice. Not a complete burner, but efficient. And then, there he goes, far down. He'll take advantage of space.
And he does a lot in the community as well, involved in Heroes Hockey, which is a great organization. Let's go down to Ben and Ailish.
All right, Ben, you're a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby, feels like a pretty good fit for you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's such a historic franchise and an
The
unbelievable
Leafs,
place.
the Leafs have
so
assets.
excited.
What do you feel like to put the jersey on for the first time?
It's unbelievable. I'm so honored to get drafted by this team.
The Leafs have a bunch of goalies.
It really suits you. Well, I know you come from a soccer family, but I think your family will be proud, even though you didn't choose the soccer roots, that you're going to continue on your hockey career here. We got some great pics of you. What's that family mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, so much. They've done so much for me.
I don't think the Leafs are going to move into the first round.
My sister as well,
I don't think
and all my extended family as well that came out to support me. And
they do so
my
much damage in the second round. They got Cowan in the second round. They got Nyes in the second round. They got Danford.
Well, thank you so much for coming down, and congratulations.
In the later rounds.
All right, Ailish, and something he has in common with his new teammate Sidney Crosby, both growing up huge Montreal Canadiens fans. His prized possession, Ben Kindle, is actually a seat from the former Montreal Forum.
I don't think the Leafs are going to
for
trade
Montreal,
Carlo.
but at the same time, now he's going to trade that in, I guess, for the black and
really
of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So
he's
there he is, Ben
right-handed
Kindle,
defenseman.
third straight player for the WHL, an elite playmaker, and Pittsburgh on the clock. Another minute and a half until we hear from Kyle Dubas again with a second pick.
I just wanted to add something here. So the U18s at the end of the world in Texas, Ben Kindle went deep in the playoffs. They had a long run.
Yeah.
You know, at the NHL level, when you guys get asked to go to the World Championships, and you're out of gas. You're gas, right? Off he went.
The Pittsburgh
joined the
Penguins
tournament late, out of gas after a 7-game series.
And they've traded with the Philadelphia Flyers for the 22nd and 31st
overall
overall
pick. The commissioner ready for another pick.
As announced, Pittsburgh has the 12th selection. I guess some of you are wondering what this is. Alex, why don't you show everybody? Well done. The Pittsburgh Penguins trade pick number 12 in the 2025 NHL draft to the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for picks 22 and 31, also in the 2025 NHL draft. So it's 12 for 22 and 31. Philadelphia, you're now on the clock.
12 for 22 and 31.
Right, so our first in-draft trade. We've seen a bunch of trades leading up to this draft. Very subtle trade alert button there from the commissioner. We're going to come back. We're going to find out who's going to be selected. Colby, reach out to your brother Riley. Find out what's going on with Philadelphia.
He's probably scrambling.
We have a trade. We have celebrities. We have draft picks. This is the NHL entry draft on Sportsnet.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the names you know and need to know. Download the NHL app today.
Now is your chance to share, trade, collect, and complete quests with hockey fans around the world and get rewarded when you play. Start your NHL video collection today.
Dove Men Plus Care Whole Body DO protects you everywhere. Here, when you're there. There,
all right,
when you're here.
Who did the Philadelphia Flyers trade up to select?
Everywhere.
Put your answers in
now
the
for
chat.
Canadians, in the course of our national evolution, to unfurl a flag that is truly distinctive and truly national in character.
There it is, a red maple leaf.
BetMGM Casino has the most exciting live dealer tables. So when you want the magic of Vegas, you get the magic of Vegas. All the excitement of a player's paradise with live dealer blackjack, roulette, craps, baccarat, and more. Anytime,
Two suggestions for who the Philadelphia Flyers traded up to get.
Download BetMGM
One is
Casino.
Jackson Smith. The other one is Jack Nesbitt.
I see someone's had a productive day.
It's summer rollbacks, Tegan.
So there are the buns.
Looking like a barbecue weekend.
Yeah. You're talented.
Love it. But you'll clean it up though, right? Yeah.
What do Canada's most passionate burger lovers think about the Team Burger? How is it?
It's stellar. The patty's nice and juicy.
Did Philadelphia just trade the Leafs pick?
The quality of A&W's beef is unmatched.
Taste the Team Burger at A&W.
Hockey Central signing season, Tuesday on Sportsnet.
All right, so we have a little bit of intrigue here. The Philadelphia Flyers, who with their 6th overall selection took Porter Martone, a big strapping power forward, and now they've traded up to the 12th pick. So clearly they've eyeballed someone here. They've traded 2 picks, the 22nd and 31st, with Pittsburgh, their state rival, to get the 12th pick. What's our anticipation here? Because clearly they have someone they want.
Oh, yeah. They've identified somebody they like, and they've had so many picks here the last couple of years that they can afford to give up the 2 to get this 1.
All right, the drama ends here with the commissioner, Gary Bettman.
Making the selection for the Flyers, the record holder for most regular season games played as an Eagle and 2-time Super Bowl champion, Brandon Graham.
What's up, Philly? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all know 2-time Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Flyers. I'm telling you, they making great picks right now. Feeling good in Philly. Just wanted to say, with the 12th pick in the NHL draft, the Philadelphia Flyers select Jack Nesbitt.
Jack Nesbitt, what did I say? What did I say about Jack Nesbitt?
A big ovation as Jack Nesbitt is the newest member of the Flyers from Sarnia. His mom, Melissa, his dad, Chris, his brother, Brady. And he actually billeted with our senior executive producer, Joel Darling, and his family in Oakville.
It's Nesbitt, bro.
It's billeted there in the summer, trained in Toronto.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And, Joel's
Jimmy nails Joel Darling because he's going to Philly.
Giving me the props.
Joel's going to be increasing the rent apparently now. Now he has an NHL contract.
And cheesesteaks, only cheesesteaks.
But here we are, 6'4", 185 pounds, and he won gold, of course, on Canada's U18 team. What are they picking up in Jack Nesbitt?
Well, scouts like guys that go from the start of the year to the end of the year and show market improvement. And that's what Nesbitt did right from the start of the season. He got off to a great start, 7 shots on goal.
He's already 185 pounds. He's 6'4".
And then he continues playing, and by the end of the year, they're in a battle with Kitchener. Game 7, this guy has strep throat. He can barely get out of the wrapper. So what does he do? He finds a way. He goes in. They lose 2-1 in overtime. This is the guy who scores the only goal in the game.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to regret this
Canada's
trade.
calling. You know what? I'm going to figure
it out.
Gets on a plane, goes to Texas,
for a very short,
in more of a
very
spare
small
parts
player,
role there for Canada,
and then they traded
but
the next
effective
pick.
At the
They
net front. His hand-eye coordination,
6'3"
absolutely brilliant. I think
defenseman
this guy is just scratching the surface for what he could be with Greg Walters and the Windsor Spitfires.
Take a look at what they've done here, the Flyers, fellas. Porter Martone at 6, big power winger. Jack Nesbitt in the middle, 6'4". He's going to be 215 or so as long as he moves over to the Darlings household. He starts eating more. But the thing of it is here that this is a player type that they clearly want to build around, and he can play in all situations.
With this
Again,
year's
he's
draft,
one of those guys with length and size, so his agility in small areas is
12,
just fine.
13,
it's good, and he can front
everyone's
check,
picking
front people, and
who
then
they
net
like
front on the
and
power
based
play.
on need.
Great puck touch.
It's not so much
and Rick
the
talked
best
about
player
all the
available.
size going. I mean, we also they added some skill earlier this week, of course, with Zegras. So it's been a real facelift here for the Philadelphia Flyers, who have just one playoff series win in the last 12 years.
Why don't you let Jack know why you couldn't pass up the opportunity to draft this kid?
Well, this is really exciting. Welcome to the Flyers family, Jack. We tried not to show our hands. We didn't want anybody to know, but you were a guy all along. This is really, really exciting for us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be drafted here.
What does it feel like to know they had to jump up to get you?
This kid looks
it's very
thick.
exciting, and
Look
I
at
feel
his
very
neck
honored
already.
to have that opportunity, and I'm
This
just
is what I'm
excited to get
talking
going.
about, man.
Danny,
The
you guys
Philadelphia
obviously
Flyers
have your
just have a
own
tight
internal rankings and the things
Pittsburgh
you're looking
Penguins
for
are out to
in a
lunch.
Philadelphia Flyer. What stood out most about his skill set?
5'10", 170
Well, first of all, the center position is a critical
already.
one for us that we wanted to improve. So a big left shot center, the grit combination with the skills. It's just something that we needed.
Keith Jones, you're smiling over there in the back. What do you think about
Why
this pick?
trade with your arch nemesis, bro?
Well, he looks like a Flyer to me, so
Pittsburgh.
we're fired up about it. We love the way he plays the game. Danny mentioned the
I got
grit.
a good feeling
He's got
Victor
some
Eklund is
high-end
gonna
skill
go
to go
next.
with that, and we think he's just going to develop into an outstanding player for us. So welcome to Philadelphia, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a stamp of approval. Congratulations.
Thank
you very much.
So there it is, Jack Nesbitt becoming the 10th player from the CHL. Hey, celebrates the development we're seeing in the CHL. 10 of the first 12 picks, including Jack Nesbitt.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. And let's talk a little bit about this guy's hands, the skill set, the reach. Go ahead, Books. You're cutting this pack.
Well, when you see him come off the half wall like that, that's not an easy play. When you're really tall and long and you can corral pucks in your feet to make plays, that's a difficult thing to do. This is what he does, though. Off the puck, if he gives it, he's going to the net, and he's just exceptionally difficult to defend, going to the net with that length and the size.
Screwed up so
Let's go downstairs. Ailish standing by with the newest member of the Flyers.
All right, when a team trades up to get you because they just can't let you go by, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. I mean, it's such a great opportunity, and to have them trade up and get me, I feel very honored to have that opportunity.
They said you look like a Flyer. What does that mean?
It means a lot. I mean, I haven't really followed the Flyers growing up, but I mean, I watch NHL and I'm super excited, and a great team. So.
Well, I know that your grandpa's watching, and I know that's a special moment for you. So
there's a good
I know
chance
your
I'm going to
Habs and Red Wings, but I think he'll love the Flyers.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Tomorrow,
it's a great opportunity.
There's a chance that I might not be able to. Unfortunately, tomorrow's my birthday.
It's unfortunate that he can't be here.
I might be busy all weekend.
Oh, he's watching. He's got a front row seat.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys.
There you go. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Send it to DA.
All right, Ailish, so many beautiful personal stories, and everyone wanting to take the time to sort of say thanks to those people that got them to this place where they're living out their childhood dreams. We're now 12 picks in. Maybe the most intriguing thing, Sam, something you want to discuss here. Pittsburgh trading that number 12 pick for 2 later picks. What do you find so intriguing about that?
I look at Pittsburgh, and they are exactly on brand. When you look at Kyle Dubas, what do we talk about? A skilled guy who moves pretty good, who has great hockey sense, who can make plays. They don't worry about size. So you get Kindle at 11. I think everyone would be a little surprised by that. Higher than most everyone expected, including both you and I. And then you trade back to get picks. So Kyle Dubas saying, hey, I'm going to get a few more shots at this dartboard. I'm going to trade back, acquire more picks. You look at 2 in-state rivals trading with one another.
You're welcome
Man,
for the
that
stream.
is not
Thanks
something
for the
you're used
wishes.
to.
Where did you guys expect Kindle to go? Just curious.
In the mid-20s, somewhere in the 20s.
Let me tell you about who I want the Leafs to draft.
I had him about 18, 19 overall, but I got to get this off my chest here, okay, boys?
I wrote an article about it on my website, tmldomain.com. If you want to check it out,
call it 45 or 46, there's a lot of the same sort of players. There really is. It's not that there's nothing the matter with that per se, but they're all the same. At the top of the class, so the first 16, I call those guys difference makers, and that's where the difference makers lie. I personally would have made the picks back-to-back because the volume of guys that are going to fill out the middle of my lineup compared to the risk of these big guys and these skill guys at the top are going to be difference makers sooner than later. I don't like the move. I'm going to go on record as saying that. I think that this year, I understand how they do it, but it's not the way I would do it.
He's 6'4", 192 pounds.
They have a lot of picks coming into this draft. And
very athletic, reminds me of Matthew
the Penguins and Dubas want to do it in acquiring volume of numbers, restock the cupboards. Let's face it, what they've been the last few years. So getting 2 more picks, to your point, you don't like it. We'll see if I'm right. But the numbers, they get the more guys, they restock it.
All right, something we can look further into as this draft rolls on. Meanwhile, Commissioner Bettman, the Detroit Red Wings are on the clock, and their pick is in.
Making the selection for Detroit is one of the Red Wings' biggest fans. Dave Coulier is well known for his role on Full House, but has been in the fight of his life battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We are happy to report that as of late March, he was declared cancer-free, and he joins us from Detroit.
Hey, thank you. I am excited. I wish I was there with you, but I'm here live in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena, and I am so honored to be chosen by the Detroit Red Wings organization to announce their 2025 NHL draft pick here on ESPN. I go way back with the Red Wings. When I was a kid, my dad and I would go to the old Olympia Stadium to watch Gordie Howe and the Red Wings play.
The Toronto Maple Leafs have
proud
made
Red Wings fans.
Brad Marchand a top priority in free agency.
Wear my Red Wings jersey on my TV show, Full House. Well, this year we have the 13th pick, and we've had some incredible players wear number 13 for the Red Wings, most notably the magician, Pavel Datsyuk. So let's hope that the number 13 brings us some great luck this season. Now, let's get down to business and The Oscar goes
That's
to...
not a rumor. That's been reported by a lot of insiders.
The 2025
The
NHL
Leafs have
draft,
made Brad
the Detroit Red
Marchand
Wings
a
are
top
proud
priority
to select
in
Carter
free
Bear
agency.
from the Everett Silvertips.
Who got picked?
Carter Bear, taken off the board.
Why didn't
play center or
Eklund
wing,
get
and
picked?
there he is with his mother Misty, his father Conrad. Super, super competitive young man. We talked about the Billett family with Jack Nesbitt. Well, he was a Billett brother with Landon Dupont, who's going to be a top pick in a couple of years, we imagine. Again, another player taken from the WHL. Carter Bear, all this guy does is score. 40 goals in just 56 games.
I mean, I love this player. This guy's like a wet shirt on a hot day. You can't get rid of him. He's always hanging on.
Cut it out.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. He's a pain in the rear end to play against. One of 7 guys to score 40 goals. At 16 years old, he gets drafted into the 6th round of the Dub, Kolb. 6th round. Doesn't even play in the Dub that year. At 17, he goes in, he makes his mark. Here he is as an 18-year-old guy, and he was unbelievable this year with the Everett Silvertips. His compete is off the charts. He is never going to let you off the hook. I like the wet shirt on a hot day.
I love it. I love it. How about all the vests these kids are wearing? They look fantastic up
Good
there.
pick
I'm
by
the only guy.
Detroit.
Oh,
Good
no,
pick
you and
by
me, DA.
Detroit.
But anyways, this kid is... He handles the puck really well in traffic. Again, he's a guy that when it's around the net, he's got that ability to find quiet ice, and when he gets the puck in scoring areas, boom, it's in the back of the cage.
Hey, Colby, how important is that? You heard what Sam said about him having to grind, right? A 6th round draft pick into the WHL. You know, and here he is in the 1st round of the NHL.
Buddy, I was a 6th round draft pick in the Western Hockey League, and a few years later ended up being a 21st overall pick. So Carter, congratulations. You bumped up on me on this one. Things happen fast, development pops, and this guy will look great in a Detroit Red Wings jersey in a few years.
And let's hear him with Steve Yzerman and the executive group.
Gentlemen, we see you over there in Detroit. Why don't you say hello to the newest member of your organization, Carter Bear?
Carter Bear.
Steve Yzerman and Chris Draper
Doesn't that
here.
sound
As
like
you
a
know,
toy, like a teddy bear toy? Carter
we
Bear.
got to meet you in Buffalo there a few weeks ago. Enjoyed our time together, and we're really looking forward to spending a lot of time together in the future. Thrilled to have you in our organization. Obviously, we love you as a hockey player, and we're very, very excited to have you
Detroit Red
in
Wings.
the organization with us as we move
Garbage.
forward.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Speechless. I don't know. Thank you.
Carter, did you have any sense when you were going through this process this could be the pick?
Jimmy Mix.
No, I was just like, came into the meeting with them.
You're welcome for the stream, man. Anytime. I do it every year.
Prove something to them, and
the drafted free agency, I do every year.
Pretty grateful for that opportunity. So thank you guys.
Steve, you've always had such a great eye for talent. What are some of the qualities and characteristics that really pushed him to the top of your board here?
Well, we think he's an extremely intelligent hockey player, very competitive, and highly skilled.
So who's next?
And obviously
Columbus
scoring
Blue
40
Jackets.
goals this year, a great goal scorer. So we just think he's an excellent all-around player. From everyone we've spoken to, his former teammates, coaches, everyone thinks extremely highly of him. And we think we've found ourselves a special young prospect.
I can see the
here.
Blue Jackets going for Victor
Carter
Eklund.
Bear, Detroit Red Wings, got a nice ring to it. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a little bit
Maybe
of a different
Lyndon
script for the Red
Lakovic.
Wings, who had selected a European in the 1st round the last 7 years, but this time they choose out of West St. Paul, Manitoba, Carter Bear.
That small area there where he picked the pocket of his opponent. Here's another one. See that little spin?
Hey,
Look at that.
Frederick.
Oh, the goal. He's not the heaviest
Columbus
guy
Blue
at
Jay
180
fan
pounds, but
in
he
the chat.
leverages very, very
Excited
well.
about the
And
next
he's
pick.
got,
Let's go.
he can shoot the puck, backhand, forehand. He's got that deception to him. Awesome. Awesome pick.
We'll head down to the floor. Let's hear from him. He's with Baelish.
All right, Carter, lucky number 13. How's it feel to be a Detroit Red Wing?
I'm out of words. This is unreal. Like, I could get very emotional now, but I just want to thank my parents right now and thank everyone in my family for, getting me to this opportunity for sure.
So I know you've seen a lot of special people here tonight, but we found a photo of maybe somebody, a stalker from the past. If you'd like, we could rearrange another photo.
For sure. I remember that. That's funny.
And you'd be wearing a much different
Elliot
jersey
Friedman.
this time, Rob. We had to show you that. And just to wish you a congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's Dave. Oh, hey, Elliot.
Hey, congratulations, Carter. Congratulations, man. I'd rather have your future than mine, both in that picture and now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, we'll send it up to David M for congrats.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott, is there any way we could put back up that picture of Elliot with Carter Bear? I just got to show, because you got to look. Are you able to roll that back in? Okay, it's coming here, guys.
It's not coming.
He looks fearful. He looks like he has the fear of God in him there.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, like, what's going on here? Oh, that's awesome.
And, if you can't see, in Elliot's other hand is his cell phone. He's breaking trades or something.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
You know what? It's so genuine with him. So when we had him in the combine room, I remember after, like, we're doing stuff for TV, right? Like, hey, I'm Carter Bear, the NHL Draft and Sportsnet. So he asked us to take his personal phone after. He asked Ailish, I think, and said, hey, can you just use my phone to record this again? This guy is so humble. He's still overwhelmed by being asked to play in the CHL USA Prospects game, by being here, by being selected by the Detroit Red Wings. I mean, this guy is still so overwhelmed and so humble that he still doesn't even believe he should be here. So I think there's just huge things on the horizon for this guy. You talk to his coach, Steve Hamilton in Everett. They absolutely love him, what he brings to the table, his loyalty, his grit, his determination, and his ability to drag others into the fight.
You know what I like about him? He doesn't appear to me like he's ever going to be too stressed out about anything. He's got that laid-back persona. You know, he doesn't smile a ton, but then he straps on the boots and you get him out there, and boy, oh boy, his hair's on fire and he never goes away.
The stakes are high. Detroit has missed the playoffs the last 9 years. They're maybe not expecting him to step right onto the NHL ice surface, but the stakes are definitely high in Detroit.
Hey guys, did you know
the newest members there is Carter Bear? Don't sleep on the 13th overall pick, by the way. Josh Morrissey, Nick Suzuki,
that they hand around in the locker room after wins.
That could be a very one of those impactful picks, even though it's a little bit outside the top 10.
I had it 3 years
Next up on the board, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's hear from the commissioner, Gary Bettman. The Jackets have the 14th and 20th picks.
It's time for the Columbus Blue Jackets pick. Please welcome the wife of Johnny Gaudreau and mother of Noah, Johnny, and Carter, Meredith Gaudreau.
Johnny. Mad respect for bringing out Johnny's weather. This is classy as fuck. This is gonna make me emotional. Don't at me if I get emotional or teary-eyed. I can't control it. So classy for everyone to stand up.
I just wanted to take this time to thank every single team and every single fan base for your support for my family this past season. It's truly an honor to be here, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. With the 14th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from the Tri-City Americans, Jackson Smith.
Wow.
And there it is, Jackson Smith, the third defenseman taken in this draft. His father, Wade, of course, played in the WHL as well, including a Memorial Cup championship with Swift Current.
Having
Jackson
a child,
Smith from
a brand new baby,
plays D, gentlemen, but boy, he picked
showing
up a lot
up
of
for
points.
NHL events on behalf
points
of
in
her
just
husband.
68 games, an impressive resume as he's taken 14th overall.
Yeah, you got that flow going. This guy's going to bring some swagger to the table. But I want to take you back to November 9th. They're at home against Red Deer. They start the second period. This guy has an awful shift. Gives the puck away, wipes out, chases a guy to the back post a little too late. Jody Hall, the coach there, says, hey, son, you got to sit down here. This is not your standard. If you want to be an elite player and a difference maker every shift, You cannot have shifts like that. He learned a lesson, started playing 24 minutes a game after that, ends up with those 54 points that you talk about. This guy's an unbelievable skater. His edge work, his agility, can kill plays in neutral ice, and there it is. He's got that swagger, man. He's got that strut going on, and I think that's something that Columbus could really use.
Big, strong, really big and strong. So I know you guys get bored of it, but I always talk about A game, B game. I'm not so sure which way it goes yet. So when he plays for Team Canada, he's a shutdown guy, takes away space, uses his feet and his length and his body type to body up and make life miserable on opponents. When he plays Major Junior, he transports. Look at the back of that vest.
I love it. The Canadian pride.
I got distracted. I lost my train of thought here all of a sudden. But when he's playing Major Junior, he transports it more. He walks the offensive blue line, because he's got that agility and he rips it on net. So when he gets to Columbus, not sure what it's going to be. Let's call it a 2AD right now. But isn't it nice to know that he can play the game a variety of ways?
Yeah, and Matachuk there. You look at
that's what your name is,
and other
Stanley
guys that can play at both ends of the ice. So another addition for these guys. And he'll be close next year, too, at Penn State. He committed to Penn State at CAA, so not too far away from the city of Columbus.
And remember, Columbus lost out on the Noah Dobson sweepstakes. It was the Montreal Canadiens who picked him up from the Islanders. So maybe they said, okay, we didn't get that bona fide guy right now, but we got something coming down the pipeline here in Jackson Smith. Let's hear what he has to say to Don Waddell.
You take it away and welcome your newest member to Columbus.
Jackson, welcome to Columbus. We're very proud and very pleased to be able to draft you. We're excited to make you part of the organization and look forward to the future.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is incredible. Can't thank you guys enough.
As a team, Columbus took such a step forward this year. How do you see Jackson fitting in the momentum of everything you guys are building as an organization right now?
Well, what we really like, he's one of the best skaters in the draft, and, he can transport the puck. Get you out of trouble real easy, and you need puck-moving defensemen in this game today. The game's played very fast, and we're just very fortunate to be able to add a guy like Jackson to our lineup.
Adding Jackson to the lineup and having somebody like Meredith here, the response was overwhelming out there. The connection that you have bringing Johnny as a part of this organization still to this day. What does it mean to you to be here today and have that moment?
Oh, thank you. My greatest honor is representing him, so. Just
right there,
really happy to be here.
And you do it so well.
The original
Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Columbus.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So there it is, a champion swimmer. He says that actually helps him with stamina on the ice, and we see it, case in point here.
Yeah, and strength. So here he is representing Team Canada. This is what I'm talking about with his length, and he gets in the lane there. It takes away some time and space. Now here's another one. Watch his footwork, guys. For a guy, he's 6'4". Let's not forget that. He's hard to knock or shoot a puck around. There's no question. But here's what we're talking about as well. When he starts to off the puck, join the rush up the middle seam, it's like they slept on him for a second and he blew by everybody. So here's that other one.
You guys want to check out the
when he
man
watches
cave?
space. Whoop, whoop. So A game, B game. There's a lot to like. What a fantastic pick by the Columbus Blue Jackets. 6'4". He's going to be 220 by the time he fills out even more. He's already 200 pounds, and he moves like that. He's going to be he's going to be hard to handle.
All right, it's taken 15 picks, but finally we can tee up a Canadian team about to make a selection, and that's the Vancouver Canucks. And their last 3 first-round selections were all from Sweden. Should we expect that Patrick Alvin and that pipeline continues with new head coach Adam Foote? What are you expecting here with the Vancouver Canucks, who had a really disappointing season? They did boost their offense in the last 48 hours, picking up Evander Kane, but there's some work to do to rebuild this team.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because they don't have a ton of picks, and they haven't had a ton of picks over the last few years. In their last 5 drafts, they've had just 2 first-rounders. Lander was taken 23rd, 11th overall in 2023.
Thanks
and
for
if
the
you go back
kind
the year
words.
before that, Lekirimaki, another Swede, taken 15th overall in 2022. So they've just had 1 second-round pick the last 5 years, none in the last 3.
That's for sure.
So Todd Harvey and his group are sitting there saying, man, this is nice to have some picks here, and they're in the first half of the draft. they're still going to get a really, really good player here.
What I'm looking for here, guys, is for the franchise to reset the personality, if you know what I mean. It kind of went off the rails this year. The
Fantasy
culture got
drafts.
lost, and it's hard to chase culture.
Every
so where you do it,
September.
you start from draft and develop. You build through that pipeline, if you will. They won in Abbotsford, a Calder Cup. They've got some great things happening there. But, Army, you got to get guys who want it, you know what I mean, to push it over the finish line.
Yeah, and a good pick, I think, here for them as well, with everything they've went through. You mentioned the last little while with their team. Evander Kane comes in, Connor Garland extended now, and now a chance to kind of take a step with some of your guys, and this next pick will be one of those guys.
And don't sleep on the 15th overall pick. Look at some of the studs that have come from the 15th spot. Captains, goal scorers, winners, leaders, legends. Mike Bossy, one of the greatest players of all time. Joe Sakic. I mean,
that's crazy.
This is an unbelievable list. So, when teams do their due diligence, as you've done in the past, Jason, in your time with Florida, I mean, you have some stamp there on the last two championships. This isn't a throwaway pick, a nothing pick. This could be a centerpiece for a championship team in Vancouver if they make the right move.
This is where you make the big bucks as a scout. When you get into I call it the muddy middle of the draft, so 15, 16, you're not at the top, you're not at the bottom. Do you trade back? Do you trade up? There's lots of things that you have to factor into the equation, your strategy, if you will. But this is where a good scout, regional guys who are real fine directors, they do their due diligence. They dig deeper than anybody else to make it right.
And congratulations as well to Manny Malhotra and Abbotsford winning the Calder Cup just 4 days ago. So some good talent coming up the pipeline, and here is the pick for the Vancouver Canucks.
Making the pick for Vancouver, a member of the Triple Gold Club, strong on his skates, two-way winger, Mikhail Samuelsson.
Mikhail Samuelsson, what? Why is Eklund dropping so much in this draft? This doesn't make any sense.
What's up, LA?
No, Mikhail Samuelsson is making.
I'd like to thank LA for hosting this great event.
Right,
also wants to give a shout out to all our fans back in Vancouver. Thank you for your support. Also want to say congrats to the Florida Panthers, back-to-back Stanley Cups. Very well done. All right. With the 15th selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Vancouver Canucks are proud to select from the Seattle Thunderbirds, Braden Coates.
What?
Braden Coates selected by the Vancouver Canucks from Sherwood Park, Alberta. This guy has leadership written all over him. Captain in Seattle. Met with 27 teams. He also was the captain of Canada's U18 team, a bona fide leader for a team that's looking for more leadership.
And you know what? It started back when he was 15 years old. He was exposed to that 2023 WHL Championship Seattle Thunderbirds team, and that had produced a lot of first-round guys, a ton of guys. So they got a little time in between playoff rounds there. They play a 3-on-3 tournament. Everyone at 15 years old wants Coots on their team. So his 3-on-3 team ends up winning that little mini tournament. They go to the Memorial Cup, and after every game, they're gravitating around this guy, just like everybody has, just like he's doing in Seattle now, just like he did with Team Canada. The excitement, the energy, the passion, the compete that he plays with rubs off on everybody around him, and it started at 15 years old.
Well done, Todd Harvey. Well done. This is going to be one of the best picks in the middle of this draft, and potentially in the first round of this draft class. He's not going to be a Misa. He's not going to be a Prondell. Well, you know what he's going to do? He's going to drive the bus for this franchise going forward. And when they get into Stanley Cup winning contention, and I know they're trying to get there right now, but in a couple of years when they're there with the youngsters that they got coming through, this kid here, he's going to be the future captain of the Vancouver Canucks. This is an awesome pick.
Were you a captain, by the way, when in the Dub?
Yeah, I was for a short time. I gave it up, let's just say.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Michael Bublé for the Vancouver Canucks.
I just felt another guy was more suited for the situation.
Well, he's the youngest captain in the WHL, so to bestow that on a draft-eligible player, you don't see that too frequently. It speaks volumes to who he is. Amazing.
Yeah. And another, think about the identity of Seattle. We're talking Merca pick, the way they play, hard-nosed style. Like, this guy is the way they play, and young leader. And your point, a great pick. Seattle, another first-round pick.
Jim Rutherford, Patrick Alvin, very pleased
exactly.
with this selection. Let's hear what they have to say with Coots.
He's 6 feet,
Vancouver,
183.
we see you out there, and we see those big smiles about drafting this guy, Braden Coots. Why don't you say hello?
I'm going to be back 1 second.
Hello,
guys.
Braden. Welcome back to the right side of the border again.
Thank you. I'm so thankful for this. I'm so excited.
What are Vancouver fans getting in this player?
Very excited to have you here in Vancouver. We're following you here the whole year. Your character, your ability to drive plays, compete, and your consistency and playing as a right shot center. We believe there is a lot of upside with you here. So welcome to a tremendous franchise in Vancouver Canucks.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
And Mr. Samuelson, if you want to come in here as well, you played in this league at the top of your game for such a long time, now in player development with the team. How excited are you to see his growth in this organization?
Very, very excited. It's like all the players here are good players, but we have something special in this guy.
Congratulations. Welcome to Vancouver.
Thank you.
All right, Braden Coots, the player. Braden Coots, the analyst. Take a look and a listen.
I know what this is.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is on the penalty kill. I was just kind of got on that guy quick, made him kind of force a turnover and beat their two guys back to the net. And honestly, I knew the guy was probably going to hit me, maybe not that hard, but I knew I had to get it to the net. Made a quick reaction, just I knew I had to get it up and kind of went flying into the net, but just trying to go as fast as I could, make a play.
Oh, what a clip. When I come to LA, when the Arm Dog's here, he's going dog hunting. That is a dog right there.
Let's hear him with Ailish.
Oh, you just said that guy's a beauty. Well, Army thinks that of you too. How's it feel to be a Vancouver Canuck?
It feels amazing. This is a dream come true, something that I've been waiting for my whole life. And, it's just the start, though, so excited to get going.
So is the party going on in Ireland? Because I know you told us your grandma was too nervous to come, and she is watching. So hopefully she stayed up past her bedtime, because look at you guys.
Yeah, she's awesome. But, yeah, I got some buddies back in Flowing Stone Lake that are watching right now, a big crew there. But, yeah, all the people from Ireland as well. Mom's Irish, so this is a big day for our family. But, like I said, just the start.
Well, Rory wins the Masters. You get drafted in the first round of the NHL. Not much of a better year, right?
Yeah, my grandma, she's on a good streak. That was her highlight of the year, probably. Maybe this, but yeah, it's a loss for words right now.
Well, congratulations. Really great to see you in Vancouver Canucks uniform.
Thank you again.
We'll send it to David Amber.
All right, luck of the Irish, and he's talking about the streak with Rory and his grandma. Well, what about the streak from the WHL? 6 of the last 7 picks coming from the Western Hockey League. Montreal technically on the clock, but we know there's an announcement coming from the commissioner, Gary Bettman.
I'd like to introduce a special guest, Lou Dort of the NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Lou is a Montreal native. He's here to represent his Habs. But right now we have a different role for him. Lou? We have a trade. The Montreal Canadiens trade Emil Heinemann, this pick number 16, and pick number 17 in this year's draft to the New York Islanders in exchange for Noah Dobson. Islanders, you're on the clock.
All right, so there is Lou Dort, one of 4 Canadians who are just playing in the NBA Finals. He is a champion, and now the New York Islanders are on the clock for not 1, but the next 2 picks. They already have Matthew Schaefer. What are they going to add to their group of young prospects? We'll be back in Los Angeles at the Peacock Theater in a matter of moments as the 2025 entry draft continues.
Don't let lunch be lousy. Go get that fresh. Get to Subway. Canadian farm-raised chicken on fresh baked bread in Subway's new fiery piri-piri chicken. Subway makes it fresh like that.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
That's kind of our specialty.
Get down! Hey! Hang on! Come on!
Let's go.
Jurassic World, in theaters July 2nd.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Today, let's paint with Bear. Oh, you're already done.
Yeah, we painted earlier. Now we're done painting.
Well, usually I have to show up and motivate people.
Not us. He did the research. Bear is the most trusted paint brand.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Everybody should use Bear.
It really transformed the space.
Yeah, it's Bear Adirondack Blue.
Well, I guess I'm not really needed here today.
No.
No, he's gone.
I'm still here. Do your research and get great quality paint at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Experience decking done differently with mineral vase Surestone technology from Decorators. Designing a one-of-a-kind space is easy with more than 35 color and size combinations. Plus, our water-resistant decking stays cooler in sunlight while providing up to 34% better traction than other leading brands. And since Surestone technology is made with crushed stone instead of wood fibers, it's durable. So durable, it's backed by our 50-year structural limited warranty. The numbers don't lie. See for yourself at Decorators.com.
Welcome back. The New York Islanders, they already made the biggest splash here as far as picking up Matthew Schaefer first overall. Now they're on the clock back-to-back 16th and 17th. Matthew Darch, the Stanley Cups with Tampa, and he's not shy to pull the trigger on big moves. Noah Dobson going to the Montreal Canadiens, and they pick up 2 draft picks and Henneman as well. So what do you expect? They obviously were very coveting. Oh, well, we're going to get down, I guess, here before. We'll get your thoughts post-pick, I guess, because the commissioner, Gary Bettman, is ready to announce pick 16.
Way to go, Gary. Keep it rolling.
Let's keep
Here
going.
we go.
Well, maybe you have a little bit of time.
There he is.
No, of course we don't. That's
right on cue, Gary.
Live television works
Perfect.
that way. Here we go. The commissioner.
Making the next selection for the New York Islanders is perhaps the team's biggest fan. He's best known for his role as Eric Murphy in Entourage. After selecting Matthew Schaefer with the first pick, now please welcome Kevin Connolly.
What's up, LA? What's going on? Yeah, Los Angeles is my home now, but best years of my life were spent on Long Island. Shout out to the draft party at UBS Arena. Everybody there. Wish I could be there. Hope you guys are all having a good time. And with that, in the 16th overall selection in the 2025 NHL draft, the New York Islanders are proud to select from Djurgården, Victor Uckland.
The second Swede taken so far at the entry draft, Victor Eklund, his dad, Christian, his brother, William, of course, a 7th pick overall in 2021 by San Jose. And there we got brothers, Swedish brothers. That seems to be a theme here. You got the Nylanders, the Sedins, and now we have the Eklunds brothers in the National Hockey League. Undersized but over-skilled. Is that a good description?
This guy, well, really competitive too. Like, he's stealth. He plays with his heads up. He finds open ice, and when he gets the opportunity to find that open ice, he can strike quickly.
The NHL
either
is
by
going to go
being
to
creative and
84
making good
games.
plays to the unexpected,
They're
or
going to
letting
have
it rip.
34
He'll backtrack on
teams.
pucks. He'll go into the corners and dirty areas.
And
I asked him, like,
evens
how is this going
everything
to
up.
work out for you? You're watching the playoffs right now. It's a big game. He said, don't worry. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to use my stick. I'm going to come out. I'm going to use my slipperiness, and I'm going to win battles. That's all there is to it. I love that determination about this guy. His skill is awesome, but I love the way he just stealthily goes around around the ice.
So when you're scouting around the world, fellas, you have to take into account the different leagues, whether you're in Finland, scouting Liga. So, Army, you played in the SHL.
Yep.
And so Djurgården is in the Allsvenskan, which is the second level in Sweden. But I'm going to tell you something. This kid scored 19 goals in 42 pro games. How do you score 19 when you're at this size? You never go away. You never give up on pucks. You never give up on plays. And if you get a step on somebody in open ice, you rip it on the net, and he does it exceptionally well. This is a great pick. Don't sleep on his size.
Guys.
It doesn't matter. He's a bulldog.
And yeah, I talked about Coots last pick with being a dog, right? And being a hound. It's nice to have the skill. And we saw that with the Florida Panthers this year, right? So you're getting a guy, yes, he has skill. Yes, he's stealthy going around the ice. He's got that Swedish defensive mindset too as well to his game. But he, to your point, he doesn't go away. He hounds. He's on it. He's a hockey player. Another Eklund to the NHL.
And there he is, a brother team going again to the NHL. His brother in San Jose. Let's hear him now with, oh, sorry, we're going to, we've already heard from Matthew Dart. So here he is, Victor Eklund. You guys spoke about him. And all of his skill and grit. And the word you really were using is tenaciousness, right?
Yeah, like if you look at it there, he gets under his opponent. Look how big the opponent is around him. But he fronts it. He's got great hand-eye coordination. Here, he's going to hop to open ice at the top, work that cut. Everybody in the NHL does this. The low-to-high cycle, right? Everybody does it. That's a heck of a pass, by the way. But you got to finish it, and boom, he does.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Victor now
I
with
will be
Ehlers.
streaming.
All right, well, here we are again, and you are New
1st.
York Islanders. How's
It
the moment
starts at
feel?
11 a.m.
No, it's so exciting. Yeah, it's pretty special.
You said it was going to be a dream come true. Does it feel like it has?
Yeah, definitely. And to be Islanders is just crazy.
Okay, so we got a great video of you and your brother hugging at the draft where he was selected. This was during COVID. And just to get to have that moment again with him today, just roles reversed, what's that feel like for you?
No, it's something you've dreamt of course. Ever since I sat there with him, I always feel like I want to be there. So yeah, to be drafted is just surreal.
Well,
your parents are gonna have to get 2 sets of jerseys now.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Hopefully you can chip in.
Yeah, cool.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
are you going to bring Milo?
Well, listen, Williams
chip in for the plane tickets. You got to go coast to coast to see your
watch
kids.
the kids.
Yeah.
But Williams become a pretty key part of a good young nucleus in San Jose. Can Victor elevate his game to be sort of equal to his brother?
I think people are going to really like playing with him because of the determination that he shows, but they're also going to like playing with him because he has the ability to score or get pucks to other players.
Thank you for the subscribe,
this
man.
kind
I
of
really
determination he has, you see it in your garden. They get that promotion back into the SHL. Like, that's huge news over there in Sweden. That's absolutely huge. It's of epic proportions, and he was a big part of it.
So here's where I'm going to go with an undersized player. There's undersized players in the National Hockey League who require people around them to do some heavy lifting so they can be the best version of themselves.
Man.
Then
really
you get undersized guys like Eklund who do it themselves. And the players around him will appreciate that because he's going to be under checks. He's going to be on it. And he's going to open up space despite his stature for everybody else. He can't teach that kind of compete, fellas.
All right, we mentioned the whole brotherhood that we find in Sweden, and there's the graphic to prove it. Daniel and Henrik, of course, that great maneuver pulled off by Brian Burke back in 1999 to get them second and third overall. William and Alex Nylander, both of them top 10 picks, just 2 years apart for the Leafs and the Sabres. And now William and Victor, 7th and 16th, respectively. It's a brotherly love showing. And the Islanders, they're not done. Matthew Darch, talk about making a splash, right? Again, he's been on the job 36 days. Trades Noah Dobson, selects Matthew Schaefer, selects Victor Eklund, and now they're back on the clock. What's going to happen here, Sam?
Well, it's pretty cool that he has the opportunity to make these things happen. And I think with the 2 picks that they had, they were really looking to get up into James Hagen's territory. He's from Hauppauge, New York, on Long Island. That would have been a storybook ending for Hagen's and for the Islanders. But when that opportunity didn't present itself, Nashville went down that road. Boston went down that road, rather, and now here they are getting 2 kicks at the can. So I like this move here. If you're going to get rid of Noah Dobson, you better get a couple of kicks.
What a last few days. What a last few days for Darsh coming in and, yes, getting your feet wet, but here's with the spotlight's on. He's making some pretty big moves and 2 picks back to back right now.
He's certainly putting his stamp on the team, Colby. And here's the commissioner. Once again, the Islanders on the clock. Here's Commissioner Bettman.
Kevin did such a good job with the last pick. I said, let's do it again.
Yeah, I'm here all night. No, I'm kidding. Oh, okay. with the 17th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the New York Islanders are proud to select from the Barrie Colts, Kayshawn Aitchison.
No! I totally forgot about him. He dropped. He was supposed to be in the top 10.
What are you owing here?
I mean, wait till we get to the highlight reels. This kid is a weapon.
What a moment it is. His father, Julian, his mother, Amanda. And he met with 22 teams. And a real success story here. He did a lot of stuff. He's a graduate with the Hockey Equality Group. That's Anthony Stewart, his wife, Shantae. And this guy's an absolute beast on the blue line. 26 goals in 64 games with Barrie.
Third-round OHL pick. He goes into camp with Barrie at 16, and they're like, yeah, we think we're going to send you to Tier 2. He says, no, I'm staying. He ends up getting 23 games. That's the same year that Brant Clark came back, and Brant Clark was a different guy. He showed a lot of maturity coming back from LA. He took Kayshawn under his wing, helped him with some of the skill stuff, walking the blue line, floating pucks in, and it worked out really well because he had his 26 goals this year. This guy said at the start of the year to his head coach and general manager, Marty Williamson, I want to be a top 10 pick. And Marty Williamson looked at him and said, well, you've had great progression, but yeah, that's good for you. Go be a top 10 pick. Now, it's not top 10. Here it is at 17, not too far off. That smile, it's infectious. That personality, it's infectious. Ask Jay McKee, coached the OHL East team at the OHL All-Star game. Couldn't thank this guy enough for what he brought to the room.
Most points by a draft-eligible D-man, and he likes to throw his body around. I had dinner with Anthony Stewart, and he said, hey, he's from Scarborough. He's Scarborough tough.
Schaefer's going to be
there he is.
a Maple Leaf in the next 10 years.
17th overall. Any surprise here, though?
Why is that?
They have the left-handed shot defenseman in Matthew Schaefer, and now they're doubling their pleasure here.
No surprise. You can't teach the DNA of this kid right here. He's leaking out of that suit for a reason. He's a beast. Yeah. This kid is as tough as they come. I don't believe, I want to temper a few things here. He's not going to score 20 in the National Hockey League, okay? But he's going to get everywhere on time, and he's going to make life miserable on his opponents. This guy is just fun to be around. He's a two-way D, shut down probably more than offense, and I'll tell you, he's going to be in the grill of people all night long.
And that suit's out of the Elliott Friedman collection. Hey, that's a great suit.
Very much so is.
He doesn't mind the spotlight.
This guy would stuff Elliott Friedman in his back pocket, though. Absolute weapon.
This is what I'm talking about, man. You got to draft
an absolute bolt of electricity with the way
this.
He plays. I saw a hit of him this year during the season. I was drooling. Oh my God, please, this guy's unbelievable. In the Metro Division, of course. I live in Pittsburgh. Gonna see lots.
But you know what, though? Like, let's face it, the Islanders have had a bit of vanilla history. This guy is anything but that. He is going to bring to the table the swagger, the trash talking, all the things that you like to put your team.
Islanders doing work, trading back into the first round to grab a couple more high-level players for your organization. Matthew, why don't you say hello?
Kayshawn, Victor, welcome to the island. We're excited to have you. We can't wait to see you over the weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Trent, you scouted these players. You were so deep in the weeds trying to figure out what you wanted to bring into this organization. What stood out to you about both Victor and Kayshawn here?
I have to tell you, the thing that they do best is compete. I mean, they're on pucks. They're both physical. They'll go to the net, and just highly competitive kids.
Speaking of that competitiveness, Kayshawn, you are known for having this old school, gritty type of a game. How excited are you to bring that to Long Island?
Yeah, obviously super excited. Obviously super honored to be drafted by such a great organization. I just can't wait to get going.
Victor, what is this team getting in you?
Yeah, I don't know. Physical, I guess. Pretty much dog and a bone, I guess. So, I mean, yeah.
Your parents are going to get some nice frequent flyer miles between you and your brother, both in the league. Congratulations. 3 picks for the New York Islanders in the first round.
All right, well, they used the C word, Colby, compete. Let's see it.
Compete and nastiness. Watch this, like no second hesitation. Like this guy is an absolute heat-seeking missile when he wants to be. Big body kid, can skate, can move, but we saw the Florida Panthers. They did what they want to do. They bullied themselves around the league, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. And this kid will sacrifice his body and play that style of game. Then you look at the production too. He has that element to his game. You say he's not going to do that at NHL level. Hard to expect him to do that. But you can't teach this kind of stuff as well with the physicality and the ability to produce. So Islanders did some pretty good business the last 2 picks.
And he's standing by downstairs with our Ailish Forfar. Ailish.
Well, all I've seen for the last about 4 minutes is the biggest smile of the night. How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, obviously super relieved. Hearing your name called, I can't even explain what that felt like, but it was awesome.
All right, so we want to obviously thank a lot of people when you're in this spot, but I know you want to talk about your Uncle Chris and his influence on you, and we got some great pictures of a little throwback version of you.
Yeah, like you said, every single person in my family has been such a big part of this journey, and especially him getting me into hockey, and he was my role model growing up, so he's a big credit to this. So
Scarborough tough. What are the Islanders getting in you?
Yeah, they're getting a big, mean defense that, will make big plays, make a big impact, and, be ready for every game.
Well, congratulations, and have the best time tonight.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, David.
All right, so there he is, the newest member of the New York Islanders. Next on the clock, yes, the Sea of Red, the Calgary Flames. We're not sure what they're going to do, but one thing I can say is they've selected at least one player from the WHL in the last 22 years. So they seem to lean towards the Western Hockey League. Maybe they'll be doing that at number 18, Sam.
The league's great. It's known for its toughness, but in recent years, it's
Calgary
starting to get
Flames.
a reputation for its
take?
skill. And if you look at the picks that have proceeded from the WHL so far, you see a blend of both things. Coots, perfect example of that. McQueen, perfect example of that. We'll see what's in store here for Calgary, but that grit, determination, toughness, and skill, that's a nice combination to have.
The nice thing about this draft class, fellas, is as we keep rolling through the first round here, the character of this group from top to bottom is outstanding. So where you might find a few of these players that fall off a little bit in certain skill categories, don't ever sleep on the character. These kids are programmed to play hard from the drop of the puck between, not game 1 and 82, between games 1 and the end of June, and there's still plenty of names on the board for that.
How excited, Colby, I'll ask you this. How excited are you about what Calgary's doing right now? Remember, 96 points, people are going, well, they missed the playoffs. They missed the playoffs in a tiebreaker with St. Louis, regulation wins. I mean, they were on the cusp of the playoffs, a team that a lot of exceeded the expectations, and a lot of these young guys played a role in that.
After everyone fled the city of Calgary. I mean, there's guys flying out of there left and right, and much of it is on the backs of some of this talent that they put in there. Some of the veterans that they have, and wanted to stick around and wanted to stay through this as well. That's character, that's leadership, and so they're starting to build some kind of momentum here with the way they want to play. And their identity of their hockey team as well.
21 of their last 35 picks from the CHL. I would expect they go down that road again here.
All right, well, this is the first of 2 picks, 18th overall, and they also have the 32nd pick, courtesy of that Matthew Tkachuk trade from Florida. Here's the commissioner again, Gary Bettman.
Next up for the Calgary Flames, co-captain of their 1989 Stanley Cup championship team and a 1992 Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, Lanny McDonald.
Hey, the mustache. Lanny.
Thank you very much to the LA Kings and the National Hockey League for their hospitality. We'd also like to thank a special thanks to our fans and especially our season ticket holders in Calgary and those attending the draft party at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome and hanging out in the Telus Club. We'd also like to say it's going to be one hell of a party of the Sea of Red when the draft picks go in tonight. With the 18th pick in the 2025 National Hockey League Draft, the Calgary Flames are very proud to select from the Victoria Royals, Cole Reshny.
Great emotion there with Cole Reshny, his mother Allison, diagnosed with breast cancer, so she's fighting a battle as well. Father Clinton, brother Anderson, brother Austin, and Cole Reshny, guys. This guy just absolutely skyrocketed up the draft rankings because he went into beast mode in the playoffs, 25 points in 11 games. So How excited should Calgary fans be with the addition of Cole Reshny?
They should be really excited because they're getting an extremely smart player. Take, for example, what happened in the semifinal game at the under-18s. They're up 1-0 against Slovakia. They're trying to figure out what to do on the power play. He goes into the coach's office, which is also where the backup goalies were as well, and says, hey, why don't we try this? Get me off my one-time side. Get me blade down towards the net. See what happens. First power play in the third period. They score 10 seconds in. They go 3 for 3 on the power play. In that third period, they win 4-0. And this guy, a huge part of the reason why for making that adjustment in the power play. He's absolutely brilliant. He's got a great mind for the game.
Yeah, 100%. He played all situations for Victoria. It wasn't just getting points at even strength on the power play. He's a do-it-all guy. He really is. He's not the tallest, but he's plenty strong enough. He's going to North Dakota next year. He's going to kind of playing out his development at the NCAA level for the next, I would say, 1 year. He's probably 1 year and out. But for Calgary Flames fans, what you have here is another piece to the DNA that they're building there in Calgary. He's a hard out every night. He knows how to play the game. Really competitive. Great pick.
And he's from Macklin, Saskatchewan. Are you familiar with Macklin, Saskatchewan?
South of Lloydminster, where I was actually born, right on the border almost of Alberta and Saskatchewan. So you talk about a kid with 5 kids in the family who had to truck them across Saskatchewan to play hockey. Calgary not too far away. Neither's North Dakota, actually, when you're out west. So nice pick for Calgary, getting another Western leaguer.
In the NHL Draft House, Craig, why don't you say hello and give a message to your newest member of the Calgary Flames?
Hi, Cole. Welcome to the Sea of Red. We couldn't be more proud to have you part of the organization.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm very honored, and thank you very much.
How easy was it to put his name in and make this submission today?
Good Western boy. We were looking for centers, so we were hoping he was going to be there, and sure enough, we got a break.
Don, Jeff, all of the work that goes into making sure you know as much as possible about a player. What are Calgary fans getting in Cole here?
Well, we were just talking about it. We look for, number one, we value character and the person. Number two, the skill level. If you watch any of those highlights, you see what he was doing on the ice. And this is Cole got better all year long. It was a thrill to have him, and we couldn't be happier here in Calgary.
Congratulations once again, Calgary Flames. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome. Like I said before, I'm very thankful, and I can't wait to get started.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
The number 18 overall pick in Calgary.
Fred Conroy pointing out
St. Louis
character and
Blues have
skill
made Jordan
equals
Kyrou available.
So here we are. We're going to
via
watch him
trade.
going through the middle of the ice in the neutral zone, come off the flank. He's a distraction, guys. Like, he makes plays and he's a distraction. Here again, this is what you're talking about, Sammy, working the flank. He's not just a shooter, right? He's got his head up. He's looking at all the lanes, all the options,
Jordan
and making
Kyrou
plays.
is a pretty good
walk
get,
in the middle,
especially
see what's
for
available.
a team like the Leafs
We'll go far down
that
instead.
need
So
a scoring
these are
winger.
attributes that you can't teach. We're not showing the other stuff that he really does well. As I put my shades back on, he kills penalties and everything as well.
All right, Cole and Ailish.
All right, what do you think the town of Macklin, Saskatchewan's doing right now? All 1,200 of them.
Yeah, I think hopefully they're all watching. I'm pretty sure they're pretty pumped, so it's nice to have them support me.
And you guys got, what, 60 goats on the farm?
Yeah, around there.
They probably know what's up, right?
Maybe.
All right, so I think we might need to scrub the internet a bit because Battle of Alberta, you might be deleting some of these photos, but now you're playing for the Calgary Flames. You're going to be a part of that rivalry. What's that feel like for you?
No, it sounds awesome. I can't wait. Like I said, it's very exciting, and an organization like Calgary, it's very special.
Okay, and your family here, a bunch of you. I think last time we talked, you said you don't remember the last trip you've been on as a family, maybe Disney. Now for them to all be here with you today, how's that feel?
It's very special. I mean, I wouldn't be here without them, so I can't thank them enough, and yeah, it's just amazing.
All right, well, congratulations, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. We'll send it to David Amber.
Ailish outing the poor guy. Oh my goodness. So he's going to have to trade in that Oiler jersey for a Flames jersey. And look at the points per game. I mean, Gavin McKenna, we can't wait till next year's draft. This guy is just a phenom. But right behind him, Cole Reshny, incredible in this postseason.
This is so cool. I played for the Saskatoon Blazers, midget AAA back home.
Oh, nice.
So did young Cole Reshny. And I actually spent money on the internet to stream his Air Canada Cup final when their Blazers team walked all the way there. He was really, they had a young team, and he was a big-time player on that team. snap forward a few years later, here he is up on the stage, going to the Calgary Flames.
It has been quite a run for the WHL. 7th pick in the first 18 from the WHL. The OHL well represented. Again, last year there was 19
a lot of Sidney
Canadians
Crosby
taken in the first round.
online
We're
right
on a
now.
pace to eclipse that easily.
Well, there's a great debate now, like the NCAA or the CHL. And what we're seeing from the CHL, where all these players have been developed, is going to be pretty good promotion for that league. Having said that, there might be, and we've started to see a defection, if you will, to the NCAA, which also offers a ton of benefits in terms of the developmental model. In my opinion, you're younger, you need to play games. The CHL offers more of that. And as you physically grow and mature, then I think the path is, hey, if college becomes the next thing for you to continue to compete and to continue to work on your body and play a different schedule, that's the way I would go about it. But we are in a brave new world here, guys.
So what's happened is a lot of these kids have gone to the NCAA. Their clock was different in major, junior. They're going to be on the same clock going forward. 4 years, not 2 years. That's going to make a difference.
The St. Louis Blues have the next pick, 19th overall. There's Doug Armstrong and his crew getting ready, and the commissioner's ready to announce that pick.
To Colorado.
St. Louis has the next pick. Get ready to laugh, not at the Blues' next pick, but at this hilarious stand-up comedian. Live from the Blues watch party in St. Louis, Nikki Glazer.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to all of our season ticket holders here at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. And to all the Blues fans watching at home on your couches, eating Emo's Pizza, let's go Blues. Yes, I'm Nikki Glazer. I am a proud St. Louisan. I literally live right down the street, so I am so happy to be here. I mean, I'm happier than Brett Hull at an open bar, you know? We went Blues. So I really am honored to be here to announce the 19th draft pick for the St. Louis Blues. Fun fact about me in high school, I was actually my prom date's 19th pick, and I was traded after the first dance. But enough about me. Let's get to this. With the 19th overall selection in the 2025 NHL entry draft, the St. Louis Blues are proud to select from the Blainville-Boisbrand Armada right winger Justin Carbonneau.
Oh, Justin won't forget that. Nikki Glazer. Thankfully, she didn't start roasting him, but she certainly announced his selection. Mother Audrey, father Pascal, brother Jeremy, and really an impressive season for him. Known as a great playmaker, fantastic shot. And from the Q, nice representation there. The Blues get their guy.
This guy really appreciates inspiration. So he was a second-round Q pick. That inspired him. Picked by Rouen Randa, moved to Blainville because Blainville had more opportunity. Rouen was trying to go for it. He had the opportunity to grow there. Take, for example, this year. He's playing with Jonathan Fauchon, the leading scorer in the league. He gets dealt to Rimouski for their Memorial Cup run. So now Carbonneau's on his own to try and drive the bus for the rest of this group. January 10th, they're playing Rimouski. He struggles in the game. They got a 6-5 situation to try and tie it. He's sitting on the bench. Matthew Turcotte, the coach, says, hey, man, your effort wasn't good enough here. What happens? Next 4 games, puts up 10 points. He becomes the player of the week that week in the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League, and the rest of his season absolutely brilliant. This guy is a goal scorer extraordinaire.
Years ago, the St. Louis Blues selected a player out of the Quebec League named David Perron. Okay, and I fast forward to today. Justin Carbonneau could be the next coming of David Perron for the St. Louis Blues organization. That's how good he is. They're both not the most fleet of foot, but they get everywhere on time. What they have in spades is compete, and they make plays in a phone booth, like through guys' skates, like in traffic. They get all those things done, and the puck's in the back of the net. He leans goal scorer, but don't sleep on his playmaking as well, guys.
And I can tell you this from being around the league and being in different dressing rooms, the culture and what they have in there with this St. Louis Blues team, Braden Shen and his leadership with this group right down the line with Montgomery as the coach. I mean, this team, it's so easy to walk in there. He's going to have the best time.
Guys,
Guaranteed Braden
unfortunately,
Shen's
I'm
calling
gonna
his
have to
phone
sign
right
off
now,
at
all ready
10
to
p.m.
welcome him. He's that kind of guy. And so it's going to be an easy fit for
I
him
don't
and his
know.
personality to easily fit
I
in
think
there. They'll get the
I think I
most out
might
of him.
miss the
Only
last
Michael
8 or
Niza
9
scored more
picks.
goals for draft-eligible players. He's about to meet Doug Armstrong.
Well, Doug, we're finally here. Why don't you welcome Justin officially into the Blues family?
Justin, welcome to St. Louis. We're really excited to have you a part of our group. Our scouts watched you a lot this year, and your passion to score goals is going to be a welcome addition to our group.
You're welcome,
Thank you, guys. Not a lot of words right now, but I really appreciate
I don't
the
know if
trust
I'm going
and
to
the
be
belief
on
in me.
tomorrow just because it's my birthday tomorrow
Picking
and I
at
might be
19,
busy.
gentlemen,
but,
as the draft got longer, how
if I'm
excited
free,
were
I'm
you to
definitely
see
going to
his
stream
name available
rounds
when it was
2
your time to make the
to
pick?
7 tomorrow of the NHL entry draft.
Yeah, about
And
pick
then I'll see
15,
you guys
16, we were looking at our
Tuesday for
list
July
hoping
1st
that the
free
right
agency.
players would go in front, and we were very excited that he was there, and can't wait to get him here to St. Louis for development camp and start the process.
Can see the emotion in your eyes. A dream come true. What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I wished since a little kid to be here, so be here with my family and be drafted by this amazing team is incredible and all about the process, so I'm really happy.
Enjoy this moment. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Some great emotion there. We got some great emotion earlier. Anton Frondell, Victor Eklund. It's going to be a little Swedish House Mafia at the weekend concert here in LA. Everyone's having fun at the NHL entry draft in Los
Swedish
Angeles.
House Mafia.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Rogers Xfinity. Get on Canada's most reliable internet. Learn more at rogers.com/Xfinity.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the
More
game's on
Sidney
and it
Crosby
feels
rumors to
game-changing,
Colorado.
bet your way.
I don't know
with
what to make of
Betway.
it.
I'm here to save you.
I want to give you the chance you need. A chance to give.
It could be. I didn't really look
I
into it.
want to
I didn't
remind you
click
that
on
your life
anything. I
means a
didn't
lot.
read
And you
into
can
the
share
link.
that
It's just
With
something
those
I
who
saw
really need
retweeted by somebody else.
One more. Go, go, go. I'm here to save you. Like you're here to save me.
Bright sunshine day.
One more time, step by step.
Place the container under it and unscrew the plug.
Okay, how do I get motor oil off my face?
To get the motor oil off your face, you can simply use dish soap or another cleaner. Is there anything else you want?
It's the big day, Zane. Worried about bad breath? Now it's swishy time. Say yes to TheraBreath mouthwash to help you fight bad breath for 12 hours.
And it's non-burning, unlike
One
a
thing
best
that's
man's
for sure,
speech.
though, the
TheraBreath
Penguins
is a
are
better
shopping
mouthwash.
Evgeny Malkin hard.
Come on, Rover. Come on.
They want to
Rover, I
get
said
out
go.
from the salary and they want to spend on wingers.
Silly dog. Red Bull gives you wings.
Who is that? Hi, I'm Sonny.
Hildeby is not ready.
Ever seen a miracle?
Hildeby will be an NHL
Anything else?
goalie one day,
Try
but
fast.
he's not ready. He needs time in the AHL.
No
but
one gets
I think
passes
the
without a fight.
league's best
No
goalie prospect is
F1 the movie, now
Akiyama,
playing only in theaters.
and he's going to pass everybody.
There are some feelings you can get with any sports book.
Vyacheslav Peksa, Hildeby will they will both be passed by Akiyama. Akiyama has pedigree,
But the feeling
and
that no
he just
matter what,
looks like a
you're taken care
legitimate
of.
goaltender.
That feels good.
I have season
You
tickets
only
to
get
the
that
Leafs
here.
and the
At Sportsbook
Marlies,
born in Vegas.
and I just
They know how
watched
to
the
treat
kid
you
play.
right.
He looks so solid.
Download the BetMGM app. BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
No, the Hildeby can play in the AHL or the NHL. He's on a two-way contract.
I'm here to save you.
I want to give you the chance you need. A chance to give.
I want to remind you that your life means a lot.
And you can share that life
with those who really need it.
Here we go. One more. Go, go, go.
I'm here to save you. Like you're here to save me.
The Noah Dobson trade doesn't look good right now for the New York Islanders, man. The two guys they selected and the bottom 6 NHLer that they got is not. For sure,
a great moment just moments ago here at the Peacock Theater. Jim Nill, one of the classiest gentlemen and one of the greatest executives in the game. That's a third straight, a hat trick of Jim Gregory Awards for GM of the Year. He celebrates. He was surprised by his family.
I don't think the Leafs are going to move any of their goaltenders. I think they
Dallas
need
Stars
Petsa,
general
they
manager,
need
of course, had all
Hildeby,
that
and they
success
need
in Detroit, winning cups as well. And here he is, all smiles. What do you guys have to say about Jim Nill? And maybe that's the blueprint, right? You see a bunch of young GMs in the game right now, and if you're going to sort of build your model of how
Stolar's
you run an
only
NHL organization, what can you take from Jim Nill?
Humility first and foremost. Like, absolutely brilliant. This guy, he'll see you in a room and he'll make sure to come over and make you feel part of the conversation that you're an important person in the room. That's the first thing. Second thing for me, not afraid to delegate. He's really confident in his hires. Joe McDonnell being one of those guys who's been with him for a long time now and allows him to do his thing. Unabated. Just go out and do your thing. I trust you, and I think that's hugely important in any organization.
The Dallas Stars are one of the classiest organizations in hockey ops in the entire league. I can tell you that by experience. Joe McDonnell's a mentor of mine, and he was with Jim Nill in Detroit with Kenny Holland back in the day. The staff that they have there and the infrastructure that they built for continuity reasons, it's special and good on them. This is a fantastic recognition for keeping things together.
Yeah, they're going to change the name of the award to the Jim Nill Award. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jim Nill. Great guy.
He's not sharing the wealth at all. Columbus back on the board. Remember, they picked 16th or 14th. They picked Jackson Smith. Here they are at 20, and the pick is in.
Making the pick for the Columbus Blue Jackets with the 20th selection, another warm welcome for Meredith Goudreau.
Meredith Goudreau.
Thank you, everyone. And again, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the 5th line back in Columbus. Hope you guys are having a fun night. And I want to give a very special shout out to our babies, Noah, baby Johnny, and baby Carter. We love you. With the 20th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from the Chiska Juniors, Peter Andreanov.
Piotr.
Peter is not here with us tonight, but we wish him all the best and good luck.
I'm on this.
All right, listen. This is a bit off the board. He's not here for starters. Andreanov. He's a goaltender, 20th overall by the Columbus Blue Jackets. You know this though. You guys know. You go very deep into.
Oh, Boats was all over this. He's like, yeah. As soon as said his name, he's like,
a bit of a surprise though.
I got this. Oh yeah, just
so run it down for us. Run it down for us.
Here's what he is. First of all, Russia has a goaltending factory going on. I'm not going to go into all the details about it, but I'll just say this. They cherry-picked some of the top athletes, goalies, and they send them away to like a Tretiak type development camp, and then they spawn them out to all the MHL, KHL, and their programs to build them up. This kid here, Andreanov, he's built like a fire hydrant. He's like 6 foot tall, 207 pounds, super athletic, great feet, butterfly style, a little bit too active for me. He's going to have to clean things up. But Sergei Bobrovsky, as a young Bobrovsky, I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Don't anybody get ahead of yourself. But that's a reach for now. We'll see how it goes.
All right, well, let's get back down to our draft floor because Elliot Friedman has some more.
The Ottawa Senators pick will be the last pick of tonight's stream. I got to get off after that. Okay, guys?
Mental Hockey League, Yegor Chinakov.
Well, I'm sweating. That's completely off the board for me.
I saw Sam looking through his papers. I saw Mike going through his papers. And I said, we are off the board.
Yes, I was, yes. I'm going with Berkey. He's a winger.
Yes, I remember that well.
Full disclosure, I prepped 60 guys based on all your guys' information. I think I could have prepped maybe 160. I still might not have gotten here because the look of surprise on your guys' faces. You remember that Chinnikov moment? Is this similar?
It never gets old, Sammy, by the way. It never gets old.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it is. It is a Chinnikov moment, and here's the reason why. You've got Josh Ravensbergen, who's the top-ranked goalie. You've got Jack Ivankovic, who's won everything there is with Canada. You got Lucas Beckman. Okay, then you got Semyon Frolov. You got Pyotr Andrianov here. You've got a number of goalies that I think are all of similar ilk. I would have expected to see those go in that run early in round 2. Columbus jumps ahead of the pack here. Hey, good on them. They identify a guy they like, they go after him, and they go get him. For me, you probably could have got him tomorrow.
All right, meanwhile, the Ottawa Senators, they're the next team up, and they had such an impressive season, making it back to the postseason, taking the Leafs to 6 games. Steve Staios, Travis Green, that management group, that leadership group with their owner, Michael Andlauer, they're moving in the right direction. What do you anticipate for them at spot 21?
Well, I think this is absolutely fascinating here, and you try and think about some of the things that we've seen so far, trends in the WHL, trends in the OHL. First selection outside of the top 20 since that 2020 draft, which we remember very well. There's a lot of directions you can go here, but when I look at where we are in the draft from pick 20 forward, you're going to get a lot of similar players. What is it you're looking for? The one dynamic element that you think is going to pop. Is it Cullen Potter's skating? Is it the ability to defend with nastiness? Is it a guy who's going to play a two-way game? A center who wins draws, a PK specialist? I think there are a number of options available here, but you're probably looking for that one dynamic element that you think pops and then build the rest of the game around the player after that.
And there's not a lot of good players that are taking 21. They're mostly busts, right? Right, Colby?
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
This guy, David Amber, what an absolute fraud of a host. I mean, you cannot teach this type of...
Nor would you want to. I say that only because
That's
Colby...
why I love working with him.
Colby was selected 21st.
I do love working with you, buddy. You're the best. You're the best.
We always have fun.
Maybe a steal here for Ottawa.
There you go. There you go. Maybe they'll be broadcasting with us in a few years. So we'll wait to hear. We're waiting to see Steve Staios and the gang. They're all getting their selection together. Goldie. By the way, the first 20 picks, guys, 16 from the CHL. I know they went
huge
off the board 20 with Columbus. There's a lot of people who are saying, Canadian development of players is struggling. It's been going in the wrong direction. Not so the case. 16 players from the CHL. It's been a great run. 15 Canadians so far. A lot of forwards, by the way, as well. 15 of the 20 so far up front.
Yeah, at center. We knew that there was going to be some center depth here. We've seen a lot of that go. We've seen big guys. We've seen big, tough defensemen. We've seen tall defensemen go. We've seen kind of everything that the CHL has to offer, and of course the other leagues. A couple of Swedes, Frundell, Eklund, talking about those guys as well. But I think there are a variety of options for here, and I do think that the player picked here is probably a player that some teams are going to have on their list a little lower. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of options.
The lightning is so loud outside.
All right,
I heard it
Commissioner
in my
Gary Bettman's been very busy. We've liked the celebrity involvement as well. We'll see what Ottawa is going to do with pick 21. Here comes the commish, Gary Bettman.
The Ottawa Senators are trading pick number 21.
Number 21 in this year's draft, 2025, to the Nashville Predators in exchange for picks number 23 and 67, both in this year's draft. Ottawa to Nashville, 21. Nashville to Ottawa, 23 and 67. Nashville, you are now on the clock.
Nashville, you're on the clock.
All right, so another trade. So Ottawa will not be selecting 21st overall. It's the Nashville Predators, and Barry Trotz will be back on the board. They already picked up Brady Martin,
Hopefully we'll
5th
see
overall.
you tomorrow.
They obviously are
If
targeting
not, we'll
someone
see
at
you
21.
Tuesday
We will find out
NHL
who that
free
is next when we return. You're watching the 2025 NHL entry draft on Sportsnet from Los Angeles.
Good night, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by. See you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you Tuesday, okay?
Come and stand.
Thanks,